Blessings to everybody. We're here. There we go. Make sure you come in hitting the like button. Make sure you share this particular video. Hey, what's going on? Hold on, let me do this right quick. There we go. You said this one gonna be a good one, huh? Yeah. By the power of the game, bro. I definitely would have to agree with that. Zoe, what's happening, man? Blessings to you. Reno, what's happening? Make sure when you coming in, man, to hit that like button. Let's get them likes up. Let's get the, notifications out there. Hey, baby. She came in here. Delicia. Curler. You know what I mean? Bella. Jay, Universal. What's happening, man? Well, blessings to you. I ain't really with all the, every day is a day of Thanksgiving, Do I make music? Hell yeah, I make music every day. Ask them hoes. But anyway, Don, yeah, I do. Vic, what's happening, man? We're gonna talk about some game tonight. Hopefully later on I can have fun with you guys and maybe we might battle late night, but I got some messages that I want to get out there. So definitely get up in here, man. Yeah, I don't want you to miss this one. You know, I don't want you to miss this one at all. I'm gonna give you guys a good 2 or 3 more minutes, and then I'm gonna start, man. Bro, they been trying to throw dirt in my name, but God keep blessing me, bro. It's no need to, with the message that I'm getting ready to bring, bring up individuals speaking on my name, bro. Like, that don't mean nothing. Do I like Southern? Just about everything, baby, that's Southern, I like it. You must remember that even though I'm Chicago to the bone, my family, we originally from Mississippi, you know. So yeah, as soon as you said Southern, especially when it come to food, yeah, Southern gonna go. you know, certain people gonna end up getting blocked because you coming in my comment section with panties on. I can give a less fuck what anybody is saying right now. I'm not even knowledgeable and really don't care to be knowledgeable about whatever the hell you're talking about right now. I'm about to bring this game. I don't care about it. That just lets you know I'm not thinking about them. They're thinking about me as they should be. So, I just think that's crazy that the women don't even do that. It be guys, coming in here, talking. Actually, guys. Like you don't think that's feminine to be getting in a guy's comment section, seeing they talking about, seeing I heard, seeing they talking about like that don't make you feel some type of way. Like there's nothing inside of you that makes you feel bad for getting into some evangelism with criticism from others that you don't even know. It's nothing inside of you that make you talking about what they talking about. Death to the cloud chasers, man. Blessings to you. What they talking about? You know what I mean? That don't make you feel, kind of weird as a man. You know what I mean? People are dying left and right, and you want to waste time talking about what somebody else said. I don't even know what they said, but you want to put me on. Like, was it that important? Come on, man, get your priorities right. Some of y'all don't even have credit. Some of y'all got fucked up credit. You broke right now. It's a pandemic going on. Some of you staying with your family right now. You're over the age of 30 years old. It's too many things to be thinking about, whether or not somebody said something about sin on the internet or something. Blessings to whoever said what. They need the God's blessings and the blessings of this game too. Blessings to them. Haters do what haters are supposed to do. God bless them. They on their job. Let me get on mine. But make sure you hit this like button. Share this game. Give you guys about 30 minutes. So I'm gonna try my best to not be too long, with this one. Even though it's a lot of things that I do have to say within this message, but since it's 147 people that's already here, can we get the likes, to 147? I don't know why it's stuck at 95, But without any further ado, let me get into what I came to get into. The day before, yesterday, I was just waiting for the right time. Wanted to have fun with you guys on yesterday, but I asked, whenever I do a consultation, with anybody, they gonna ask me, different questions and things like that. And then sometimes people basically call me because they going through something. They going through something at that time. They in distress, or they in a mess. Like this one guy that had hit me. And he went on to tell me, man, that this bride that he only had, not even a good 3 weeks. He only had this bride for 2 weeks. But he allowed this bride that he met off Instagram for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Now, before I say this, all of you that done a consultation with me, you already know. Whenever we talk, I always ask, would it be cool? I'm not going to say your name and put your business out there, but do I have the liberty to speak on this situation to help somebody, avoid, being in this situation as well? And so he granted me that. Plus, I'm not going to say his name anyway. You don't know who I'm talking about. Maybe somebody in the game do. But this little broad that he had for 2 weeks, that he met off of Instagram, he, I ain't gonna lie, I seen the pictures. He sent me a few videos and things, in my DM, and I'm not gonna lie to you. The bitch is fine. I'll be a liar if I tell you that this bitch ain't fine. She's fine as hell. Just like I like him too. You know what I mean? And had the nerve to be thick as hell too. But beyond all of that, the broad, she been in the game supposedly. That's at least the movie that she gave him. She basically, was a stripper. And this guy that I know of, we ain't never pimped together, but I know of him. But this guy that I know of, turned her out, supposedly, took her out the strip club and taught her how to really mash, to get some real money out here in these streets, right? So my nigga, he thought, this little nigga, he think that he getting ready to come up. He done knocked the attractive broad, she's marketable. She's attractive, she's marketable, and she got some game, from this dude. So he thinking that he got him a fine ass thief, And man, you young niggas, man, you gonna learn. But yeah, man, he was sitting over there trying to impress the broad, going live and shit, video. Hold on. Yeah, he's sitting over there video chatting with the bride, showing the crib, showing the cars, showing the jewelry, showing the designer clothes, letting the bride before she even got there, before she even arrives physically, to come see him. He's calling himself trying to knock the bride, by impressing her with what he financially is presiding over, the materialistic things that he has. He's not coming with the game. He's not coming with uncommon information. He's not presenting himself to be a hell of a pimp and he's just gonna do some cold pimping. That's not what he coming with. He's coming with, you know what I mean, the Benz. He's coming with the Jag, because he got the Benz and the Jag. You know what I mean? And he's showing that, and his little broad, she also got a little Jag. You know what I mean? So he's trying to knock because of the materialistic things that he possesses. And, you know, like most of you, you know what I mean? Of course, if you was presiding over a situation like this, you like, shit, man, if I had all that, I'd be doing that too. Shit, that's an easy knock. But let me just show you something. He's presenting his situation. She hasn't done anything to prove herself to this man to even earn the privilege of seeing this situation in its entirety. You sitting over there trying to impress her with all the jewelry and, you know what I mean, all of this shit, you know what I mean? And in the meantime, you know what I mean, she just looking. Now, if this bride that I already told you, you know what I mean, supposedly that she's a thief, and I'm really trying to understand where this conversation was going. He went from, you know, giving me her little choreography and showing me the videos, the pictures and things like that. Then he goes from, you know what I mean, telling me basically that she done took some watches and all of this shit. And I'm like, okay, cool. But after she revealed that, what inspired you, nigga, to sit up there, you understand me, and show car after car, jewelry after jewelry, clothes after clothes? Like, what inspired you to do that? This was real trick. Well, you know, I ain't gonna get into, you know, I mean, cause he might hear, I ain't calling you a trick, but yes, this, I wouldn't be myself if I didn't say that this was real trickish. But, you know, a lot of y'all really don't like hearing the truth, but I'd already said that to him, so that ain't no new revelation to him. He already heard me use that. That was very trickish. So, make a long story short, she already knew his situation as far as materialistic things before she had even got there. Okay? Before she had even got there. Pay attention. The bitch ain't sent no payment. The bitch ain't broke herself. But he doing everything, you know what I mean, to have this bride because she's so fine. She's so attractive. She's so marketable. He just gotta have her. You know what I mean? So in his mind, I already know he thinking that, man, I gotta say this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta say that, simply because it's so much competition that's trying to have this bitch. So I'm gonna show this car, I'm gonna show this car, I'm gonna show this chain, I'm gonna show this ring. And the bitch didn't have to prove herself. She didn't have to make no sacrifices to learn this information about his situation. You have revealed all this information about your situation to a total complete stranger. And you know what's sad? Some of y'all gonna say some very pimpish statements in the comment section, but some of you niggas is guilty too. Not everybody, but some of you niggas is guilty too. You know, on this internet, people can put on the facade, oh man, I would never do that. And oh man, but what? Oh hell no. What the fuck? Oh man, hell no, man. I'll never do that. That nigga tripping, man. You know, I'm a straight up pimp. But some of you niggas, you know what I mean, would do the same thing. She finally comes. She didn't send no fee or nothing. I'm gonna get into that too. But that's not where I'm going right now. I'm trying to hurry up and give you the climax of this situation. So she comes to him, and the whole 2 weeks while she's there, this came out of his own mouth. He didn't lie to me. I give him that. The whole 2 weeks while the bitch is there. Now here she is. She done told him all of these the times that she done made this much money in the strip club, or when she got turned out the strip club, she was you know, getting tricks, hitting licks. You know what I mean? She was getting this watch and that watch. But the whole 2 weeks while that bitch was there, do you guess how much money that bitch made within that whole, because it was actually more than 2 weeks, but it wasn't a full 3 weeks. It was like 17 days. In the 17 days that bitch was with him, I want some of y'all to guess, how much money do you think that bitch made within that 17 days? This fine ass bitch. I'm trying to see if anybody can guess. Just guess. This fine ass bitch, thick as hell, just fine. No, it ain't that low. It ain't that low. No, it ain't that low. Damn, bro, you said $200. Hell no, bro said $200. My goodness. No, it wasn't that low. No, for the whole little 17 days that the bitch was with him, and I need for you guys to do math. Let's do math, people. You know what I mean? For the whole little time that she was with him, you know what I mean? I think, because I don't, seeing not no liar. I think it was like 62. It was either 62 or 63, 100. Did you hear what I said? 62 or 6,300. And if I was a bed man, I would say 62, but I don't want to shortchange the bitch. I don't want to lie. You know what I mean? But for 17 days that the bitch was there, she only made 6,200. Do the 62 or 63. Either one. Now you do the math. Now see, those that's in the game, as you sit there and you listening to this game, you like, so what was he doing with the bitch? Because that's what in my mind. See, but it's the old saying in the game. The way you start is the way you end. No, that is not a G a night. No, that is not a G. That's definitely not nowhere near a G. You definitely right. It's nowhere near a G a night. Nowhere near. Bitch didn't even sit up there and get a man 10,000 within 17 days. Stop it. Barely got half of that. You know what I mean? Barely got over that. So I said all that to say this. I didn't feel sorry for him, and I don't, and if you are doing this, I don't feel sorry for you too. I just have to give you this the way that it is, right? The way you start is the way that you end. I'm not even finished with the story yet. That's what's so fucked up. But he like, man, she wasn't even making no money like that, P, and woo, woo, woo. See why he's talking with me. The spirit of pimping is ministering to me the whole time while he's talking. The whole time while he's talking and he's trying to sound pimpish, the spirit of pimping is dealing with me. The spirit of pimping is ministering to my mind as I'm just sitting there just listening. That's why it's so good to be in tune with the spirit of pimping. So when you come in the presence of liars and manipulators and con artists and, guys who have memorized, the hand gestures or trying to sound pimpish or, the sugar-free lines, the Mac Dre lines. Some of y'all need to click out and click back in because you about 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes behind. If you're just now putting the numbers in the comment section, you need to click out and you need to click back in because you're a good 3 minutes, 4 minutes behind. But yeah, just getting into that, the broad, she didn't respect him, and rightfully so. He didn't come in right. You cannot escape that, y'all. Hold on, let me do this. Oh, Diana, appreciate that. You know what I mean? Hey, I can't control that. After the live end, it'd be better. But during the live, there's nothing I could do concerning that as of right now. If you didn't hear something, just ask me to repeat it, and I'll definitely do that so you can have clarity, because I don't want you to have a misunderstanding at all about this game. But yeah, bitch didn't sit up there and get that man no money. Now watch this. It's not that the bitch is not capable of giving him that money. The bitch knew he was a fucking lick and she licked him. Seeing what you talking about. This nigga, you know what I mean? Of course, like I told you, because that's what y'all do. When y'all talk about these bitches and you calling them fags and all of that, you doing your best to sound pimpish. You doing your best to sound like, you know, you didn't do no wrong, instead of telling the F's on your report card as well. And he's telling me what the bitch did and what the bitch didn't do this. And all I can just hear the spirit of pimping all in my ear saying, man, a woman can only do what a man allows. A woman can only do what a man allows. So whatever that woman did, you allowed it. Whatever that woman took, you made provisions for her to be able to take it. You presented yourself as a trick and you got broke like one. No, baby, you don't gotta apologize. You didn't do nothing wrong. You know what I mean? You presented yourself as a trick and you got treated like you are. That's what you did. You know what I mean? Hold on. Damn, she busting down bad like that, P. That's out of pocket. Hey, you can say what you want, but when you present yourself, when you're showing cars, when you're showing, you know what I mean? What? Oh my God. I don't have time for that today. You gotta go. I don't have time. But when you're presenting yourself, you know what I mean, to be a pimp, but you come in the door showing cars. She ain't made no sacrifices to learn this information, and yet you're making it known to impress somebody who hasn't made one sacrifice. Is this not trickish? You showing her everything. You know, so no, I didn't feel sorry for him. But so, yeah, to make a long story short, you know what I mean? That bitch sat up there, man, took $70,000. So he, according to him, that bitch sat up there and took $70,000 of jewelry from him. Yeah. That bitch sat up there and when she left, you know what I mean? She sat up there and took, you know what I mean, some of his pieces of jewelry. Yeah, and left out with that shit. But who made provisions for that to happen? Yeah, everybody talking about, damn, that's for. Yeah, but who made provisions for that to happen though? When you present yourself like a trick, you should be treated like a trick. And of course, me and him had, you know, our little man, hey, listen, we was on the phone for a little minute. He was trying to talk over me and everything like that. You know, now, you know, but I understand, you know, you guys be in your feelings when seeing come with the truth. But yes, sir, you allowed yourself, you know, no, P, I was, I didn't have, my intentions were, hey, sir, your intentions was to impress her. Your intentions was to impress somebody who had never made one sacrifice, you know what I mean, to be with you. You was trying to impress somebody that had never even set up there, you understand me, and called a date for you yet, sir. She had not even broke herself yet at that time. And I want this to be a blessing, because some of you are doing that. You doing anything and everything to knock a bitch, and the bitch ain't doing anything and everything to even be in your situation. Tell me that that's not trickish. You doing anything, you saying anything, you doing everything, you saying everything to have a bitch that ain't doing hardly nothing to be in your life. How is this pimping? How? That's not pimpish at all. And like I said, just like in church, people go, hey man, you preaching, but you caught up in the same thing. Some of you young people, the way that you sitting over there calling yourself campaigning, you know what I mean? You're going to cause yourself, and see, thanks be to God that the bitch only took some jewelry. What if that bitch would have sat up there, you understand me, and had some niggas come through there and sit up there and rob his motherfucking ass and take your life. That's when he got quiet. You want to do something to the bitch. You want something to be done to her. You know, I understand how you feel, but any woman that's ever been with me, you should know what I'm about to say. But what you feel and what's real is two different things. I'm gonna say that again. What you feel and what's real is two different things. You might feel that, man, I should kill this bitch, man. She violated, disrespected my pimping. What pimping? What pimping, sir? Pimping? Sir, you're making terrible jokes, even worse than Kevin Hart and his new comedy, sir. Pimping? It don't have nothing to do with this situation at all. Hit that like button. Get these notifications out there. More people need to hear this. You should have been hit the like button. My like should have been over 300 by now. Y'all sitting over here playing with the game. But you know, let me just put this out there. You know, because I'm gonna go so many places on tonight. You know how sin do. I'm gonna give you some carnality, but I gotta hit you with the spirituality. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna give it to you all in totality, man. So you can be blessed. You're going to have this game in its entirety tonight. You know what I mean? Now, of course, some of you like, man, I could never be that stupid. You know what I mean? Man, I would never do nothing that dumb. You know? Now, before I sit up there and talk to you, let me just, you know, say a few more things to the youngsters that's campaigning all wrong. You're campaigning all wrong. You just saying anything and everything in the inbox. You're saying anything and everything in that DM. You're saying anything and everything on Snapchat. You think it's cool because the videos and the things you're going to be saying is going to be deleted within a 24-hour period. So you done got comfortable. Some of y'all are way too relaxed, you know what I mean, on Instagram. Way too relaxed on Snapchat. You don't know that, bitch. Protect your treasures. What's the treasure? Something that's valuable. What's valuable? Your motherfucking liberty in society. I ain't gonna say freedom because you ain't got freedom yet. But I'm gonna just say your liberty in society. Notice seeing I always say your liberty in society. I ain't gonna say your freedom because you don't even have that. You know what I mean? But protect your treasures, your life. When you say and you do stupid shit like that, and you showing your whole entire house, you showing jewelry, some of you niggas is counting money and posting pictures and videos and you sending it, you know what I mean, to these girls' phones and shit. And I know that because, you know what I mean, I used to allow my women to sit up there and still work the net. Some of my guys, they still working the net. And you niggas, when you campaigning in text messages, you be sending pictures of your house, your car, and your jewelry, and money on the bed with your, I don't know why you niggas be doing that hoe ass shit. You sitting over there spelling your name out and money and shit. Nigga, that's hoish. You sitting over there spelling your name out and money, and you sitting over there texting the hoe, you know what I mean, Mac this and such and such the P, and you sending all these text messages and shit to the bitch phone to show that you get money. How is that any hoe in her right mind would know not to even fuck with you? You square ass nigga. You a square. This looks square than a motherfucker. So you mean to tell me you got a woman or some women that's making sacrifices right now, putting their life in danger, seducing and reducing strangers, and the whole time while they sitting over there, you know what I mean, even on the blade or whether they in the casino, wherever they are, they on the internet, wherever you got them at, you texting a total stranger, showing them your house, showing them your money, showing them everything, you understand me, the living room and all of this shit. What are you doing? Some of you are so gameless that you're doing your best. I ain't got to do all that talking. You know, my money speak for me. Spoke like a true trick. Spoke like a true boss trick. Spoke like a true boss trick that you are. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to do all of that mouthpiece of shit. You know what I'm saying? My situation, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? My money, you know what I mean? My money talk, you know what I'm saying? You know that the incomparable Mel Taylor taught Andre Taylor, who taught me that we never glorify money. Mel Taylor taught Andre Taylor that Andre Taylor taught Sinful to P that we do not glorify money to no woman. We glorify gain. Because when you exalt money to a woman, you are making provisions to get knocked by anybody and everybody that has more money than you. By you exalting money, as soon as a woman comes into a situation that's greater than what you have, nigga, a trick can give you a phone call. Because you was money over everything, money over bitches, and money this and money that. And as soon as that woman come in the presence of somebody who has way more money than you, she's impressed. And she's getting ready to sit up there, you understand me, and try to progress, even though she gonna transgress, you know what I mean, with him. Yeah. You're getting ready to sit up there and get a phone. Why? Because you was exalting money. We don't exalt money. Tricks got way more money than pimps will ever have. We don't exalt money. Money just comes with the territory of us giving deposits of loyalty to the game. We don't exalt green papers with dead hypocrites on it. We exalt the game. We done had money and we gonna sit up there and lose it. We gonna sit up there and have cars. You gonna lose cars. In this game, you gonna have houses. You gonna lose houses. This shit go up and down, nigga. When you really some stump down pimping, when you really pimping, nigga, you understand me? Now, of course, when you get in your veteran years, you got a lot more wisdom. But in your youthful, fiery, consuming fire years, it's gonna be some times when them bitches is gonna try you. And you either gonna sit up there and compromise and give up your balls so you can ball, or you gonna hold on, you understand me, to your manhood and stand on your peace, stand on your principles. It's gonna be some situations to come to try you. And you either gonna fold or you gonna stand tall. You can't do both. You either gonna fold like a bitch or you gonna stand tall, you know what I mean, like the pimping that you are. One of the two. One of the two. But getting back to what I was saying, we don't exalt money. We don't exalt materialistic things. We know that materialistic things is a reward, you know, from us being on one accord with the game. We're on one accord with the game. So by us being on one accord with the game, it's a reward of the game when the materialistics come. But we don't exalt the materialistics. We don't exalt money. This pimping is more powerful than any motherfucking piece of paper. That just come with the territory of being this pimping. I'm not gonna sit up there, you understand me, and put no money above my principles. None of that. Trying to impress this bitch that ain't made one damn sacrifice to be with you. When you go into the word of God, Solomon didn't have to show his riches, even though he had riches. King Solomon didn't have to show how beautiful his kingdom was. King Solomon didn't show the rubies and the treasures to Queen Sheba. Queen Sheba did not come to see the riches in King Solomon's kingdom. Queen Sheba came to see and hear the riches from King Solomon's infinite mind. His wisdom had made him so famous that she wanted to travel to hear this motherfucking game. She didn't come to see no materialistic things. She wanted to hear the game that came out of his mouth. It was so many praises of men. King Solomon this, King Solomon that, King Solomon this, King Solomon that. Queen Sheba wanted to see if these things be so. She wanted to sit up there and see, let me see if all of these men praising this man like he's just like he God in the flesh, like he's just the wisest of the wise, like he just got all the game. Women are attracted to game. Women are attracted to uncommon information. Men, period, but especially, you know what I mean? Intelligence just it just looks so good on a black man. On any man, but especially a black man. Because a black man, you know, we some charismatic, magnetic motherfuckers. So, you know, intelligence just looks so good on a black man. And I'm not going to get into all of that. You know, I'll give you a history lesson another time. But King Solomon was a wise, intelligent, infinite-minded, anointed black man. And Queen Sheba came to hear the game of this man that they praised like a god. They had exalted King Solomon like he was a god. She had to come, I got to see what they talking about. I didn't come to see the Benz. I didn't come to see the Jag. I didn't come to see the Rolls Royce. I didn't come to see a mansion home. I came to see all of the innumerable things that I've been told about this man. Y'all said this man was mentally brilliant. I want to hear this shit. So she came and she asked questions, and King Solomon answered all her questions to the highest. He manifested intelligence to the highest degree. I know Queen Sheba's pussy was wet than a motherfucker because of the brilliance that was being manifested from that man. Intelligence to make a woman wet. Intelligence to make a woman see a man in a way that she ain't never even seen him before. She might have looked at him, you know, just as a regular man at first. Oh my God, but when he opened his mouth, when that man began to teach, when that man began to preach, when that man began to speak eloquently about the word, or eloquently, you know what I mean, about history or politics or whatever he spoke about, her pussy got wet than a motherfucker. Because of how brilliant this man was, how anointed this man was. His ministry was dynamic. You know, like, wow. So, you know, you don't have to sit up there and show a chain or a ring or show your jewelry when it's nothing but jewelry coming out your mouth. Yeah, when you really got that jewelry coming out your mouth, you don't even have to show those things. I'm not minimizing the guys that have those things. Blessings to them. But when you really got that, somebody might ask, who is the diamond tester? The black woman. Seeing, hold on, seeing what you say? Who's the diamond tester? The black woman. When that true diamond tester come around, the black woman, to test whether or not this jewelry be real or not. That's why a lot of y'all can't even take, I'm not gonna get into all of that, but you know, everybody can't take a black woman. I understand. Some of y'all don't want that diamond tester coming around. Oh, because that black woman gonna try you. Touch somebody and say that black woman gonna try you. But when that true diamond tester comes around to see if this jewelry be real or fake, you know what I mean? I'm talking about that jewelry that's in your mind. You know, a lot of y'all not gonna pass that test. A lot of y'all trying to show some materialistics for some characteristics that you don't have. A lot of y'all trying to show some materialistics for something mentally that you don't have. So you're trying to make up in other areas. It's kind of like a guy, you know what I mean, whose dick is as small, you know what I mean, as a black man's future on the south side of Chicago, right? You know what I mean? His dick is small, you know what I mean, like an infant baby, but he's always bragging about how big his house is or how big his car is. You know, he's trying to make up, you know, for other areas you know, in his life that he really feels terrible about when he takes off his clothes. You know what I mean? He feels like a bitch because when he's having sex with a woman, instead of him feeling like he fucking her like a man fucks a woman, he feel like he pussy bumping with that bitch, with that little ass pussy that he got. Yeah. So, you know, they try to make up for things that they don't have. Oh man, you should see my house, or you should see whoop 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 whoop, and you see whoop 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 whoop, and that, and you should see my big house, and then my sofa is this, and right, dig that, dig that, dig that. But you know, it's just like with Floyd, you know what I mean? Like, and you should see, oh, and I got all these millions, and I got this Rolls Royce. Right. But can you read this Sesame Street book to me? Huh? No, I don't know how to, but I got a mansion in Quebec, and then, you know, I got a, but can you spell Bora Bora? I understand that you have a mansion, sir, in Bora Bora, and you have a mansion, you know what I mean, in Dubai and all of that. That's what's up. But can you spell that, sir? Sir, can you spell Sesame Street? Sir, no, that's not how you spell it, sir. So we have so many people that's trying to fill in that void because you're lacking, seriously lacking, you know, in certain capacities. So you try to make it up, you know, with the materialistics. And no, that's only gonna get you so far. You're gonna get taken advantage of. For there were many people who was you know, made a lot of money, but they wasn't able to maintain the money because, you know, a fool and his money, man, will soon depart. You know, a fool, a wise guy could pretend to be a fool, but a fool can't pretend to be a wise man. You can't do that. You said he can count though. That's what's up. You know what I mean? But he can't read. So of course to you, you know, for those that's in love with the money and everything, that's what's up. But I'm going to tell you like this. I wouldn't give up my knowledge for reading to be for 500 million. No, I wouldn't even do that. And I know somebody like, nigga, you tripping, nigga. Man, fuck this, man. If I don't know how to read a check, man, it's cool. I have somebody else read it for me. Nah, I can't. I can't do that. Because if I can't read, then that means that I can't, and see, I'm a person that likes to read the word, and I like to read the dictionary, and I like to read different biographies and things like that. You know, I can't give up my knowledge, you know, to learn how to read and things for some little small things like some millions. Now to you, of course, you like, man, fuck that. You know, you take this reading, but no, I'm not going to be in a relationship where the woman knows how to read. I don't, you know, no, I don't see anybody that really knows me, you know, my ways. I am a shit talker. I am one of the coldest shit talking motherfuckers that has ever lived. It ain't nowhere in the world I'm gonna be able to talk the shit that I talk and I don't know how to read. No, so that's not gonna work. Not for me. No, not for me. Not for me. But I want to sit up there and tell you that the reason why most of the people that you're seeing that can't read is because it's not a treasure to them. Seeing, huh? Yeah, that's not important to them. You know what I mean? Ain't nowhere in the world, you know, that's a treasure to you. And you know, and all of this time, and you know, you ain't, the word of God said, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. It's been a while since I read that scripture. I think that's in it's either Matthew 6:23 or 22. It's one of them. You know what I mean? I ain't read that in a minute, but you know, for where your treasure is, there will your heart you know, be also. If I'm saying it right. But you know what I mean? If that's a treasure to you, you know what I mean? Guess what you're going to do? You're going to make sacrifices. That which is valuable to you, you're going to make sacrifices to obtain it. That which is valuable to you, you're going to make sacrifices to maintain it. So if it's not valuable to you, of course, you ain't going to make no sacrifices to obtain or maintain it because it's not valuable to you. But that which is valuable to you is a treasure to you. And you're going to protect it at all costs. And that young man that I spoke to, you know what I mean? He thought that the woman that he was talking to was a treasure. He thought the woman that he was talking to was a treasure. That's why he was showing, you know, what you would probably consider to be treasures. He's showing all of that to impress her. Now, when you go into the Word of God, and I'm going to save that for when I come back because, man, I'm going to teach that thing. But when you go into the Word of God, go look up the Second Kings. For those of you, you know, because I got different people in here, Muslims and Christians. But those that like to read First Kings, Second Kings, First Chronicles, Second Chronicles, you know, go to Second Kings and read the 20th chapter and the 13th verse. You know what I mean? And it'll tell you about a man by the name of King Hezekiah. And I've taught many times, I told you guys many times about King Hezekiah. You know, because some of y'all have a lot of similarities to King. He showed all the treasures to impress the Babylonians. Did you hear what I said? He showed all the treasures within his house to impress the Babylonians. And they came in the house and he was just like that young man. Because he was explaining his situation, it was so many things that was going through my mind, but that was one of them. I couldn't help but think of King Hezekiah because that's what he did. He showed everything within his kingdom. He showed everything within the house. Everything. You said what? Okay, the book of Second Kings, Second Kings, the 20th chapter, and the 13th verse. I repeat, 2 Kings, the 20th chapter, and the 13th verse. And as you read that, you know, first of all, you need to actually go just read everything. But that's the reference as far as like him showing, you know, all the treasures, you know, within the house to impress the Babylonians. In other words, to impress outsiders, to impress Gentiles, to impress those who wasn't even on one accord with the way, the will, and the word of God. So that's just like, you know what I mean, in the game, when an individual sits up there and he's showing cars and rings and chains, he's showing everything to a bride that ain't made one sacrifice to be in his presence at all. But I understand that because, like I said, he's seen that bitch to be a treasure. So he didn't mind showing everything and anything in his house to have basically the bride, because he saw the bride as the treasure. And in return, she sat up there, you understand me, and licked his ass. Broke on him. I know that's harsh, but the bitch broke on him, man. Yeah. He made provisions for the bitch to break on him, and she did. The way you start, the way you end. You start like a trick, you're going to leave as a trick. The way you start is the way you're going to end. You know what I mean? You got to be careful. Let me just say this. You got to be careful, young people, with what you're doing. A lot of y'all just saying anything and everything, man, on this internet. I think I'm going to sit up there one day and put that in the thumbnail. The police be sending Vice to my shit all the time. The police in my DM, you know, what's my choosing fee? You know, what's your choosing fee? What I got to do to be with you? You know what I mean? That's the police, bro. That's the police. That ain't a stripper every time. That ain't a hoe every time. That's not a fan of the game. That's not a pimp groupie all the time. That's the motherfucking police. That's them people sitting over there making fake Instagram accounts, using attractive photos of white women most of the time, you know what I mean, and attractive pictures of black women every now and then to try to allure me to say something incriminating in the damn DM. I told you guys, man, watch what the fuck you be saying in these DMs. You can't video chat with everybody. You can't have a conversation with everybody. Protect your treasures. What are you talking about, P? Man, your time is a treasure. Everything about you is a treasure. You know what I mean? Everything about you is important, young P. Your conversation is important. You got to protect your conversation. You got to watch who you talking to. Man, y'all not listening. You got to protect your pimp energy. Everything about you is special. And the day you realize that, that's the day that you'll start living special in this game. You got to see yourself like that. I can't talk to just anybody and everybody that get into my DM. I can't just talk to anybody and everybody that get into my inbox. I can't just video chat with everybody that want to video chat with me. I'm such and such, such and such. I'm the best definition of important. You know what I mean? She gonna have to make a sacrifice to talk to me. You know, she gonna have to make a sacrifice to be in my presence. Now, as you go back and you listen to what I said, notice that you didn't hear nothing about a choosing fee. Notice that you didn't hear nothing about him saying anything about a sacrifice that needed to be made in order for her to be involved with him. You never heard that. And I'm just going to kick the door down and sit up there yet. Matter of fact, before I kick the door down, get my likes over 400. Everybody hit the like button. It shouldn't be 418 people listening to me and it's only 301 likes. Hey man, this game. So by all means, hit the like button. But let me just kick this door down right quick. A lot of y'all be hiding behind this pimping. I've been saying that for a minute and y'all still doing it and you gonna keep doing it to the end of time. But a lot of y'all be hiding behind this P. You be trying to hide behind that big P with your little P, but you really want to do some things with your little P, but you're just using the big P. That's a smoke screen. You really want to fuck. And see, these bitches ain't stupid. Some of y'all think that you got more game than these bitches, but not really. No, you don't. A bitch know when she can do whatever she want to do. She know when she can sit up there and manipulate a nigga. And right when he was showing all of that and doing all of that, you know what I mean? That bitch was like, oh man, I got me one. He talking all of this pimp shit. I can just put this pussy on him because I'm just gonna give it to you the way that, you know what I mean, that I seen things, you know? And of course he argued with me. Now I'm telling you how it is. He sat up there and went back and forth with me. I was like, man, just keep it 100, man. As soon as that bitch got there, you drilled her. Oh man, no, man, it wasn't even like that, P. Woo. I said, listen, man, I can't sit up there and give you this game or be a blessing to you if you gonna sit up there and lie to me. Ain't no sense of lying to me. I don't know why y'all do that. What's the sense of talking to this man that you ask him for help, you ask him for his guidance, you ask him for his opinion, but you lying to him? Make that make sense. Do me that favor. Make that make sense, y'all. You want this man's wisdom. You want this man's knowledge. You want this man's opinion. You want him to be a counselor, a guide to you, but you're lying to him. That makes no sense at all. I know you fucked her as soon as she got there. And after sitting over there arguing and going back and forth over 20-something minutes, you know what I mean? I might be underdoing it. Longer than that, you know what I mean? He finally admits that he fucked the bitch the same day that she got there. I mean, I can see clearly now the rain is, yeah, I can see clearly now, nigga, that the rain is gone, nigga. I can see now. You fucked the bitch as soon as she got there. On the first day, bitch wasn't even there a whole 24 hours, and you already got your dick up in her. So how you you niggas be crazy, man. You gotta look at it, the way that it is. P, how is it? She didn't have to make one sacrifice to be there. Bitch didn't sit up there and have to do anything. She never received any instructions, to do this or do that, or a certain amount of money that she had to come up with. Bitch didn't have no instructions. She didn't have to leap over no walls, run through no troops, or fight through groups to sit up there and get to you. It was just easy access. And as soon as the bitch gets there within a 24-hour period, you had your fun. You did your thing. Now I ain't gonna lie. We done all made some mistakes. I'm not washing him. I want to just use this as a proverb and give you wise words so this behavior is not repeated. Hopefully this game can be a blessing to somebody and somebody don't sit up there and repeat the same motherfucking mistakes. Because I don't want you repeating this history. But the bitch didn't have to make one sacrifice. And not only did she not have to make one sacrifice, she's seen everything in your home. She knows what cars you drive. And then she haven't even been there 24 hours and she know what your dick look like. So yes, as soon as she caught you slipping, she got your ass. She licked you. She did what she was supposed to do. Now, I had to bring it like that. And I told him the same thing. And I'm going to tell y'all the same thing. A bitch like that, you know what I mean? It's not that bitch couldn't make no money. That bitch just didn't want to get no money for him. I know exactly what happened. That's why she gave him that little tired ass 62 or 63 ass 100. That bitch was sitting up, and I'm going to keep it all the way 100. It might not even be because the bitch wasn't making no money. That's probably just what the bitch gave him. Hello. The bitch might have been sitting over there really checking it. But guess what? She just gave him what she wanted to give him. She paid him for his, but she was really setting it up, Hold on. She's really setting it up for what she wanted to do in the end. What you talking about, P? Yeah, by the bitch paying him, who's to say that the bitch didn't sit up there and give him that little 2 cent, the little 6 cent that she gave him to sit up there and charm and disarm the nigga into thinking that he really had a bitch. And then, you understand me, when it was the right time, sit up there, you understand me, and get him for, anything that she could find in the house that was valuable. Come on, man. I'm from Chicago. I come from a very heartless city. So I don't put nothing past nobody, and I definitely ain't putting nothing past no bitch. So, who's to say that bitch didn't give that nigga them little crumbs and shit to put on an Oscar award performance as if basically she just, she just having a rough time right now. You know what I mean? And just setting them up for the overlay. You know what I mean? She just sitting over there, you understand me, just setting them up. Because you got to do the math. If a bitch sit up there and give you a tired ass 62 or 6300, and she sit up there, you understand me, in return, she takes some motherfucking jewelry, you know what I mean? And the jewelry, you understand me, is motherfucking, you understand me, in the 70s, 30-something thousand away damn near from being 100. That's a come up for the bitch. She only gave that nigga, 62 or 6,300. But she got $70-something thousand of jewelry though. You do the math. And what I want to tell you little boys that think you some pimping is that same bitch sit up there, you understand me, and take the, and it's sad, you know what I mean? Now listen, I'm gonna say this. And I'm glad this ain't nothing but the game leading me this way. When a hoe steals some money or jewelry from a pimp, listen to what I'm saying. When a hoe steals some money or some jewelry from a pimp. Different pimps have different outlooks, different perspectives. You talk to different representatives, you're gonna hear different perspectives, on this situation. So my opinion don't have dominion over the authentic pimp and this hoe set up there, you understand me? And she didn't set up there and took something from one of her wifeys, or she took something while the pimping was gone or something like that, and she tried to bring it to me just the way that I am. I'm gonna sit up there and make sure Pete get all his shit back, cause I know he a pimping motherfucker, and pimps fuck with pimps. If that bitch sit up there, you understand me, and try to bring me some money or jewelry that come from a real pimp, hey man, I'm gonna make sure Pete get every motherfucking dime, his jewelry, and then some. I'm not taking no motherfucking pimp's jewelry or no money, nigga. No, that ain't how simple the Pete get out. But if it's one of you trick ass niggas that's claiming this pimping, but I know you possessed by the spirit of tricking, oh man, shit. You already know how that go. Yeah. You already know how that go. Yeah, if that bitch sit up there, you understand me, and bring it, if she bring that money in, or she sit up there and bring that jewelry in, from one of you little fake half-baked, slipped on a banana peel into the game ass niggas, you know what I mean? Last week you was a gang banger, this week you a pimp, next week you want to sell dope again ass niggas. Like if it's one of y'all, yeah, it just is what it is. Cause I'm only gonna be a blessing to a pimp, man. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit up there. If she broke on a trick, she broke on a trick. I'm not gonna sit up there, you understand me, and get in between what's going on with that trick and that hoe, man. That's between them. That's not my thing. She broke on a trick and just so happened, it just so happened to be a hip square trick, a hip fly trick, a trick that's got bitches. I am a pimp. I got bitches selling pussy. That don't make you no pimp, boy. It's motherfucking bitches selling pussy right now for hella tricks in Miami. Well, when the pandemic wasn't happening, but when everything was normal, shit, you know what I mean? And even still, then you still got hella motherfucking bitches fucking with tricks now. Pandemic ain't stopped nothing. It just ain't as high as it was, Somebody might think I'm picking on Miami, but motherfuckers that ever pimped in Miami or you been in that Florida, man, it's hella bitches sitting over there paying the shit out of tricks. You know that. You got to protect your treasures. P, what is my treasure? Your life, your liberty in society, your time, your principles, your morals. You can't communicate and associate with just anybody. You can't just accept any bitch that's willing, to come to you. You got to protect your treasures. You got to protect you. You know what I mean? Hold on. There we go. You got to protect you. There we go. No, it's not stopping nothing, baby, as far as the money, but no, I'm not going to make it seem like, everything is open. It has stopped for a lot of people that don't have no pimping. You know what I mean? They don't have no pimping, baby. So, you can't. And let me say this. Just like I was talking to one of my young niggas the other day. It reminded me of like as little kids, some of my friends used to wear clip-on ties. And the reason why they wore clip-on ties is because they didn't know how to tie a tie. You know what I mean? So they have to deal with a clip-on simply because they couldn't tie a real tie. Some of you, you don't have the pimping. You know what I mean? The pimp on a real hoe. So, you sit up there and take these clip-on bitches. You take these little Instagram, bitches that, bitch ain't known. She ain't known in the street. She ain't done nothing. She just got a whole bunch of followers for looking cute. Bitch ain't got no money. She's a clip-on. She's not the real thing. She appears to be the real thing. But if you look a little further, you'll see that this is not an actual tie. You'll see that this is not a silk tie. It's a clip-on. And when we was little kids, we used to make fun. Oh, man, you wearing a clip-on. You can't even tie a tie. Oh, man. You had me thinking that you had on the real top, man. You wearing, come on, man. You a teenager now, man. You still wearing clip-ons? You know, we used to talk like that. You know what I mean? So that's just how it is. A lot of y'all niggas ain't got a actual real hoe. You got a clip-on. You got a bit, you ain't got no real hoe. You got, what's that little shit you guys be talking about? Oh, she's a real 304. And you don't even hear me talk like that. It ain't no disrespect to none of my, I don't even like the way that shit sound. You know what I mean? I came in the game in 07, but at the same time, I got a real ancient spirit about this game. I like how ho sound. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, ho, 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 ho. I don't like 304. It sound like I'm inviting a fat bitch into my life or something. You know what I mean? A bitch that's 304 pounds, then, you know, or a bitch that didn't call, a bitch that she gonna make $304 a day. You know what I mean? Like I'm not inviting that. I rebuke that spirit right now. You know, so no, I don't want a 304. Hoes, hoes, hoes. Hold on, let me see this. But another thing that I want to teach you, that ain't nothing but this game. Come on, game, minister to my mind. That's why I say I didn't want to go too much because, you know, I got a message that I want to bring in the future, but I got to give you this. You know, when that young man, you know, went through the house and he went through every room, he showed every ring, he was showing the chains, he was doing all of that. When King Hezekiah was in the house showing the Babylonians, you know what I mean, everything that was within the home and all of that, guess what they was giving up? Information. You know? And some of you, of course, you may not be in the same circumstances that young man as far as like trying to impress a bride with, you know, the rings, the chains and all of that. But at the same time, some of y'all guilty in this capacity. Some of y'all be in conversations with these broads and you giving up too much game that the hoe ain't pay for. Did you hear me? You might not be showing the house. You might not be showing the car. You might not be showing the ring. You might not be showing materialistic things. But the realistic thing is you giving up too much motherfucking GAME and the bitch ain't gave you the motherfucking GAIN. She ain't gave you the game yet, nigga. And you giving way too much game. And that bitch ain't gave you no motherfucking sacrifices for that. You got to protect your treasures. Everybody's not worthy of this. That's how we got a lot of busters and hoe trusters and motherfucking male actresses right now getting pimps rewards. Because y'all giving too much, y'all giving game up. You got to protect your treasures. You sitting over there revealing way too much for a bitch that ain't even gave you, she ain't even gave you little. I can't even say way too little. Bitch ain't even gave, a lot of these bitches ain't even gave you nothing. But you in a conversation trying to impress the bride to show her that you a wizard of the game. You trying to make it seem like you the embodiment of the game in the flesh. You want the bride to know that your mind is a museum of game. So you revealing things and the bitch ain't done nothing to obtain that knowledge. So you just conveying, you know what I mean, some very beautiful knowledge that you had to go through sweat and tears and you had to go through sacrifices to get that knowledge. Some of y'all had to go through jail and prison, fucked up situations. You was holeless and doleless. You had to get knocked to get that type of knowledge, and you just give it to a bride because she got some markability, because she's some beautiful trash. She's not a hoe. She's just some beautiful trash. And here you is sitting over there giving this bitch all your treasures. You got to protect your treasures. Everybody's not worthy of this game. And let me say this. I'm not just talking about the women either. Oh, hit the like button. Get them likes over 400. See and talking tonight. I ain't just talking about women either. Some of these niggas ain't worthy of game either. Let me walk a little bit. Stop thinking that a nigga is worthy of some game because you like him. It's something you like about him. You know, you cool with him. You want to see him succeed. You want to see him make it. You want to see him having things. That's what's up. But at the same particular time, P, you know, he's not what you think he is. Or let me scratch that. He's not what you want him to be. Some of these guys are not what you want them to be. I've seen this shit so many times. An older pimp, you know, might take a liking for somebody younger, you know, or even somebody his age, but his mentality is young. You want to see him do things. You want to see him finally have his way, but he's not the pimping. You trying to make him, you doing what these hoes be doing, P. You trying to make him something that he's not. How could we sit up there and criticize and verbally crucify hoes for trying to take boyfriends and make them pimps when we try to sit up there, you understand me, and take young niggas that we fuck with and try to get in some game and make them, it's the same thing. Stop doing that. P, what you talking about? Man, I had a partner, you know what I mean? He really, really, really liked this nigga. But this nigga, he wasn't cool. I mean, not even just on the pimp tip, he wasn't cool. Seeing what you're talking about. Listen, man, this dude that I'm talking about, this nigga didn't have good hygiene. And I told y'all my views on that. You can't be this pimping and you got bad hygiene. And then when somebody corrects you and give you the game on it, you reject the knowledge about good hygiene. Yeah, you can't be this pimping. So, you know, make a long story short, you know, this 1P, you know, he know that this nigga, he didn't have the game, but he had so much love for this young nigga. He said, man, I'm gonna let your bitch hoe with my hoe. You know what I mean? So basically she could see how certain things is done so you get you some money. And yeah, man, you know what I mean? Once that nigga, the bitch started sitting over there, you know what I mean? His bitch that didn't know shit because he didn't have the pimping, he didn't have the game, but his older partner had some game. So he set up there, you understand me, and allowed his bitch to start hoeing with his older partner's bitch. And now she's learning. Now she's making more money. Now she's starting to hit some licks. Now she's starting to have some things. Do you think that young nigga was grateful? No. Do you think that young nigga set up there was appreciative of the game that he got? Hell no. He wasn't appreciative of that shit because he wasn't no pimp to begin. When you give your treasures to an outsider, when you give your treasures to an adversary of the game, when you give the treasures of this game to somebody that has no business even having them in the first place, only wrong could come out this situation. Nothing good is gonna come out this situation at all. Hold on. There we go. But you know what I mean? He set up there, you understand me, and he didn't take care of his nigga, man. The older nigga that I'm talking about, that nigga had got locked up, you know, not too long. That nigga was doing good at the time off of the game that he had given him. Do you think that young nigga sat up there and put some money in that older P's hand? In that veteran pimp's hand? No. He offered him some syrup. He didn't offer him a jug. He didn't offer him a conversation full of enlightenment and encouragement. He offered him some syrup. I can't make this shit up. When you give treasures to peons, to guys who are not even capable, you know, of fulfilling on the game that on which you given, you casting pearls before swine. You wasting your time. You taking some anointing, you taking some information, some anointed information, and you're giving it to this peon. This individual they can't even sit up there, you understand me, and pimp, even if God was helping them. It's not in them. Syrup. Gave him syrup. He wanted to offer some syrup. The older P didn't take it, but he didn't have no jug for him. He didn't have nothing. And this man had racks at the time. He was sitting over there eating good off the game. You know what I mean? That the older P's bitch had gave his bitch, and he living good off the information that was given. But when that older P got out of prison, he didn't come back to a jug. He didn't come back to a helping hand. The young nigga that he had helped out only offered some syrup. I can't make, sin don't make no shit up. This is just the real. But the older nigga should have only been angry at himself, because you gave treasures to a stranger. You gave treasures to a little. Now, there are certain individuals that if they knew better, they would do better. I can't lie about that. If it's certain individuals that if they knew better, they would do better. If they was informed, they would conform and perform. But at the same time, just because you give some information to an individual, yeah, they can live off the earnings off of it, but they're not going to turn into the individual that you want them to be. They don't have that deposit in them. You expecting a withdrawal when there's no deposit. It's not in them. I'm going to sit up there and walk you through this. Watch this. I can't tell you everything because, I'm going to wait till I come back fully. But let me just say this. When I was a young minister in holiness, when I was living for God, seriously living for God, not religious, really living for God, right? Praying at 2 and 3 in the morning each and every day. I used to go to bed faithfully so I can wake up faithfully at 2 and 3 in the morning, because the word of God said, early will I seek thee. So I used to get up early in the morning and I would make sacrifices to seek God in his word, to seek God in prayer, because I wanted something from God. I wanted God to anoint me to teach and to preach, to sing and to play, for him, to write songs for him. Everything that I did, I wanted to glorify God as a young teenager when I was a young man of God. Follow me. At this time, I was involved in a group that was part of the congregation that I was attending by the name of Power Hour. All right. Now, when I first got there, there was a minister by the name of Stephen Davis. Stephen Davis was one of my great mentors, examples at that time of everything that I knew a minister should be. When other individuals was quoting scriptures, Stephen Davis was quoting chapters. And when I would see how he would just quote chapters without even looking, inside the word of God, as he would walk around and minister, he would never have to look at the word, and he would just be able to quote the chapters in the word of God, word for word, without messing up. So after listening to Stephen, I said, man, I got to have that. And not only do I got to have that, I got to be greater than that. That was my mindset. So because of people like Richard Daniel Hinton, Bishop, you got Terrence Patillo, you got Brother Cleophas Davis. These are people who was very inspirational in my young years, right? So, as a young man, I wanted to be one of the greatest ministers that ever was. I wanted to be God's Apostle Paul. Now, check it out. Because of the way that I used to seek God in his word, he would bless me because of how sincere and how I used to humble myself before God. And I told God as a teenager, I said, Lord, I don't understand. When I first got saved, I said, I don't understand all of these words, sundry times and hearken unto me and, hither and verily, give me understanding of your word, Bishop Prick and all of that. What is sepulture and what is all of these words? Give me understanding of your word. And God was faithful, and he did just what I asked him to do. So when I began to teach and to preach his word, I began to become popular for teaching and preaching as a teenager. So much so that others wanted to teach and preach just like me. So even when I was a teenager, you had guys that was in their 30s and 40s trying to preach like me. Now, of course, Stephen Davis, he ended up getting married, and we had another leader. I'm not going to end up mentioning his name, but the next guy to come after Stephen Davis, I love him to this day. You know, we didn't patch things up, but, you know, he ended up being jealous of me because he was in his 30s and I was a young teenager, but my fame, my popularity for preaching was greater than his. You know, it'd be times when we would lead prayer and he would be leading prayer and, you know, the audience was responding to him and everything. They was, you know, those that come out of a sanctified congregation, you know what I'm talking about. And, you know, once I would take over, it would just be an uproar, you know. So that really messed with his emotions, his ego. You know what I mean? To see the reaction that they would give this teenager. We used to sit up there and when we would fellowship. And as we began to fellowship, we would share what we got out of God's word. And as we began to sit up there, you know what I mean, and fellowship in God's word, we would reveal what we got in the word. And so I would give the messages that God gave me, you know, a lot of times, because we would meet over at his house and we would discuss, you know what I mean? Hold on. We would discuss, you know, what we had got out of the word, you know, and I didn't know it then, but I know it now. You know, I ended up finding out later that this brother used to steal my messages. The messages that God would give me as a teenager, he would take those messages and go to prison, go to the prison ministries and go to other outreach ministries, and even a few services, even at the congregation, would preach my messages as if God had given it to him. He would present the messages that God had given me, the messages that we used to share amongst each other, the brothers of Power Hour. He would take my messages and he would go back to the ministries because he was in different auxiliaries, and he used to convey it just like God gave it to him. But whose fault was that? I'm saying all that to say this. Whose fault was that though? Of course, I was a teenager. I was young at the time. Now, we ended up getting into a whole conflict. I ended up getting lied on. I ended up getting set down. You know what I mean? I'm going to talk about it later because a lot of y'all want to know. Seeing when you bringing out the How the Sinful to Be Backslide Part 2. That's coming. But I wanted you to understand that by me revealing to him what God had given me in the word, I enabled him to be able to go to different outreach ministries and preach messages as if God had given it to him. I had revealed the treasures that God had given me as a teenager. And I'm going to just keep that thing all the way 100. I wanted to glorify God, but another side of me had started to take over. Let me talk for a little minute. Another side of me had begun to take over because I started disobeying what Elder Mosley gave me in the beginning. When I would preach, man, after service, the saints of God would be lined up, you know, to give me encouraging words and, oh, you bless my soul and all of these things. Hold on for a minute. Let me fix it. He would tell me to hurry up and go home because the saints of God are going to try to make you into a god. You know, he would tell me to go home because the saints of God are going to exalt you. They're going to make you into a God. They're going to puff your mind up. And in the beginning, I would obey. I would only help Mother Sherman and Mother Jordan to the car and things like that. And then I would go home. You know, I didn't fellowship with all other children and things like that, you know, because, you know, a lot of them, I didn't think that, you know, that was necessary, because I didn't want my name to be in no gossip and all that. So I wasn't flirting with the sisters, and, you know, I kept my name out of mess. But as my popularity grew, you know, I got way too many compliments. Oh my God, you're so young, and oh, you gon' listen. I don't know if they told you already, you know, but I could already see it, Philip. You know, even though you're young, you're a teenager. If you was to leave right now, you would have thousands following you. And I'm not saying that, you know, to put anybody else down, but you got something special. You got something more special than a lot of the older ministers. A lot of them, they jealous. I got grown women telling me this. Then on the men's side, I got grown men, you know, in the congregation. Man, listen, you know, Philip, you, man, you did your thing tonight, or you did this and did this. And not just at the congregation that I attended, you know, for prayer and different things that I did there, but in other congregations that I was actually really like preaching at, man, it was like, man, you know what I mean? You should be over here. You could be doing this and you could be doing that. And you have things so set up that, you know, once you graduate out of college, you know what I mean? You'll have your own congregation and you'll be doing this and doing that. And man, so everything was pretty much set up to be a certain way. So, of course, when you got all of these beautiful sisters talking about how God showed them that you my husband, and you got all these older guys trying to preach, I lost focus on the true treasure, and I made things that was vain treasures. I had vain treasures. I started having egotistical, you know what I mean, ways about myself. And that's not the way that I had started. So when Power Hour was together, when all the young men was together, because Power Hour was full of teenagers and guys in their 20s and 30s, when Power Hour was together and we would be discussing what we got out the Word of God, man, me and another brother by the name of Joseph Henry, we would outdo everybody, the older guys included. So, of course, you know, that fleshly spirit took over. I wanted to show my treasures to impress, and not just impress, but let the other young men know that, you know, the true leader is here, you know, as a young man, you know, because me and and not, you know, it'd take me a while to break everything down, but me and this older brother, we was clashing, we was bumping heads. And so the other young brothers, they was reporting to me. They wasn't even reporting to him no more. You know, they didn't want to listen to him no more. They wanted to listen to me. So in return, the brother had to lie on me to get me set down because my popularity had grown too strong. And he had to tell Elder Mosley that Philip is trying to take over the ministry. But that's another message. I don't want to get too involved. I'll tell all that later, but I just wanted to show you the consequences of me showing the treasures of God. I show everything. When we would have meetings, I would sit up there and tell about how I got this in the Word and how I got that in the Word. And that would make other brothers feel a certain type of way. In the beginning, it was beautiful to see a young man have so much enlightenment. It was beautiful to see a young man with so much revelation. A young man that had came out of special ed. It was great to see somebody who was labeled as behavior disorder and learning disability to now just be speaking so eloquently about the Word of God. It was astonishing. It was nothing but the anointing. Hezekiah was destroying groves and destroying everything that was unlike God. King Hezekiah came in with the business. you know, but in the latter end, especially when God gave him the extra 15 years, as you read that particular story, you'll find out that, you know, his ending wasn't all that, you know. So I told you all of this to tell you, man, close your mouth. When I be saying be swift to hear and slow to speak, that's not me just saying things just to be telling you, because that one situation had a major effect on my life. That one situation, all because I wanted to show the treasures. I wanted to sit up there and, you know, impress and outdo. And that's just like in the game when certain broads wasn't worthy of certain information. Oh man, I'm about to talk for a little bit. I don't want to say certain P's names. I don't want to bring them in involved. But there's certain areas that certain broads didn't even know about until they got involved with certain pimps. Hold on. There we go. It's certain broads that didn't even know that certain money existed in certain areas until they got involved with certain pimps and got information about that location and how to work within the location. But what was messed up about that situation was when that situation expired, you know what I mean? The broad is gone, but she's still gone with the information. That's why I always said that, you know, what the hoe could never give an actual real pimp. Like when you heard niggas say, yeah, man, you know, man, these bitches sitting over there sucking and fucking and, you know, there got to be something wrong with the bitch, you know, giving me all the motherfucking money. A real pimp don't even think like that. A real pimp has never thought that a bitch was stupid for giving him all the money. A real pimp don't even think like that. That's a con artist. That's an individual that's, you know, putting on an Oscar-winning award to sit up there, you understand me, and get a pimp's reward around this motherfucker. That's not really actually him. That's not his authentic self. He's acting like something that he isn't so he can receive something that he shouldn't even have. He actually feel like that bitch or them bitches is stupid for paying him. And in all actuality, that bitch or them bitches is stupid for paying him if he feels or thinks like that, because he's not the pimpin'. So, you know, if she's paying a guy that feels like that, then yeah, she would be stupid. But to actually pay a real pimp, no, a pimp never thought like that, because he knows that the information that he's given, the pimping that he's given, you know, is more valuable than any money that this woman could ever generate. Because after the money is spent, the money is spent. But that woman still got that game that was given to her, though. And it's because of that woman having that game that a lot of suckers is in the game right now. A lot of robbers, a lot of niggas that, you know what I mean, robbing pimps and, you know what I mean, they don't have no love for the game. We got a lot of suckers that's in the game right now because these bitches sat up there and brought them in. Those that ever pimped or ever did their thing in New Orleans, you already know what I'm talking about, especially around that 07, 08, 09 era, you know, when Milwaukee was really having it their way. I told you about that. The Milwaukee niggas was sitting over there tearing the shit out of New Orleans. The Milwaukee niggas was having it their way in New Orleans, man. Terrorizing it. You know, but because of certain things that was going on with the Milwaukee niggas, the Milwaukee bitches started blowing up and they started fucking with New Orleans niggas. And this ain't no shot at New Orleans niggas because I love y'all, but we talking about pimping right now. They started fucking with these New Orleans, Ritalin baby ass niggas, and they started bringing, you know what I mean? They just started bringing out niggas that had no business with no hoe. Bitch didn't have no, nigga ain't have no business with no hoe. But the bitch got the information that these Milwaukee pimps, you know what I mean, had taught. And so now these niggas, you know what I mean, these niggas, these boyfriends, they being informed about some shit that they should have never even been informed about. See why I keep telling you, you know what I mean, you have to be very careful with the information that you give. because it's a lot of suckers that know some things that they shouldn't even know. And the reason for that being is because we have guys that's trying to be impressive, that's giving women some game that they didn't even deserve. Bitch didn't even deserve that game. She ain't put in enough time. She ain't gave enough loyalty. She ain't made enough deposits of currency yet to even be sitting over there giving that type of game to that broad. Pimp sit up there and lose that situation. A pimp can sit up there and lose this situation right now and revive the whole situation, all because of the game that he has, that treasure. You know what I mean? Stop sitting over there trying to be all impressive, you know what I mean, and trying to present yourself like you the god of the game to this broad, and in reality, you giving this bitch some information that she don't even deserve. You giving a clown, you giving beautiful trash some motherfucking game that she don't even deserve, young P. Stop doing that shit. Cut that shit out. You ain't doing nothing but enabling her to sit up there, you understand me, and bring a sucker into this game. You might fuck around and bring somebody in this game that might end up killing a pimp. You might sit up there and enable a bitch that sit up there and leave you within some months, and now she done brought some game banger in the game, and he's treating that bitch like the dope sack, and he's sitting over there each and every time a pimp sweat the bitch, he ready to sit up there and shoot a pimp's car up. That's how a lot of suckers come into the game. You got to watch who you give your game to. Until basically, you know what I mean, the spirit of pimping within you has confirmed, you know what I mean, that this bitch is worthy of some game. Hey man, you better sit up there and keep preaching Genesis to Malachi. Those that know the word understand what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm gonna keep giving her Genesis to Malachi. Yeah, until she sit up there and give me enough deposits of loyalty to give her revelations about revelations. Man, I'm gonna stay Old Testament with the pavement with that bra. I'm not gonna sit up here and give this bra some new heavy next dimension type game, and she ain't gave me no loyalty, and you looking like Boo Boo the Fool. The bitch sit up there and leave you. She gone with your game. The bitch done sit up there and took your game, and now she done sit up there and gave it to a boyfriend. Now boyfriend reaping off the benefits of your game. That's stupid. Hold on. There we go. But, you know, that's dumb. You got to protect your treasures with your life. Let me say another thing. Not only do you have to sit up there and protect, you know what I mean, your treasures, but for you P's, or not even just for you P's, but for you men out there, you got to become a lot of times it's good to become a hidden treasure. Hold on, let me take that. It's good to become a hidden treasure. P, what you mean a hidden treasure? You got to be that hidden treasure. You got to be something that's valuable but not seen. Not everybody don't have accessibility to you. Meaning that everybody just can't, you know what I mean, talk to you when they want to talk to you. Everybody just can't sit up there and come in your presence when they want to come in your presence. Why? Because you're a hidden treasure. When you're a hidden treasure, your crowd's going to be the best definition of small. When you're a hidden treasure, you ain't cool with everybody. When you're a hidden treasure, you're not known by, you know what I mean, everybody and anybody. You known by the elite. You known by, you understand me, those that's having it their way. You known by those that's the authentic. But all these busters and clowns and all of this shit, Nah, be a hidden treasure. Be somebody that is a true asset, you know, to a woman. And, you know, she got to feel like she really blessed by God in the game to even find you, because don't nobody even basically, you ain't even out like that. You know, so she got to feel like, wow, this is a blessing that's exclusive, because, you know, he's not even like putting himself out there like that. I went, you know what I mean, on his Instagram page, And I was looking for this and looking for that, and he not even, you might be one of them individuals that you ain't even got one post on there. You might be an individual, she go to your Instagram page, and when the bitch went there, all she see is a guy that, dressed nice and going to different cities and states, but you ain't, with a whole bunch of peas. You ain't throwing the deuces up in every picture. You ain't yada minging in every picture. You ain't PGO this and PGO that. You know what I mean? You a hidden treasure. Hold on. Everybody can't get to you when they want to get to you. Everybody that want to fuck with you can't fuck with you when they want to fuck with you. Why? You a hidden treasure. Very valuable. Very important. A woman really got to do something. She should feel like, ooh, really, God, I found some favoritism, with God for me. Because looking at his Instagram page or looking at him in real life, I would have never known that he was even doing it on this level. I would have never known that he was even that, because that ain't even the way he presents himself. He's not loud. He's not belligerent. You know what I mean? His name ain't caught up in mess. He not in the comment section arguing with hoes. You know what I mean? Like, he really carries himself like a true gentleman of the game. He's a hidden treasure. When you go to his page, you know what I mean? He's quoting his own quotes. He ain't sitting over there putting a whole bunch of memes and thoughts from other minds. He got profound thoughts that come from his mind. He's coming up with some original material, original thoughts. One minute you might go to his page, he might say something about politics. One minute you go to his page, he might say something, that was kind of comical, but intellectual at the same time. Then, next minute, he's saying something, that was very thought-provoking. You know what I mean? So, man, wow. You want to be a hidden treasure. When you a hidden treasure, you lessen the chance of you being snitched on. Yeah. When you a hidden treasure, you know what I mean? You staying out the way of them people. Yeah. You protecting your treasures, your liberty in society, your time. You know what I mean? You protecting your value. You a hidden treasure. You protecting your treasures. You protecting you. You protecting this game. You know what I mean? This is what I'm telling the young peas to do. Be a hidden treasure. Don't try to meet everybody and anybody that's off of Facebook that's claiming pimping. Don't be sitting over there meeting up with a nigga just because he claiming pimping on Instagram. That's how niggas get killed. That's how niggas get robbed. We got a nigga, I ain't gonna say his name, but one guy, he's gone. He's forever gone. His life was taken from sitting over there meeting somebody off of Facebook. He would still be living right now. He would still be pimping right now. But the reason why, he's not, in the game, right now, because he's no longer living. Why is he no longer living? Because he met up with somebody who was claiming pimping on Facebook. They met each other and they got into some, supposedly got into some bullshit, which I don't believe. They got into some shit and he ends up losing his life on some fluke shit. Me personally, I don't believe that story one bit, but it was told to the game that it went this way and all that type of shit. But in all reality, you know what I mean? I don't believe that. But whatever happened, one thing we do know that did happen is he was killed. From sitting over there, you understand me, meeting up with somebody that he had no business meeting up with. He had no business meeting up with this sucker. Because the nigga that he met up with is a full-fledged 100% sucker. Met up with a sucker. off Facebook. And because he messed with this sucker, he's not here. You young niggas stop meeting up with niggas because, oh, P, he cool. Where you know him from? Oh, man, you know, he's in the one of the Pimpin' Hoe Facebook groups. Yeah, we've been chopping it up for a few weeks now, man. He'd hop up in my inbox and he was like, man, P, I just like the way you pimp it, man. You know, man, blessings to you, man. You know, when can we meet up, man, and chop it up? Weird ass niggas. Hold on, there we go. Weird ass niggas. Meeting niggas off of Facebooks and shit. Nigga, you better sit up there and meet these niggas through the bitch. You better be that hidden treasure. You better protect your treasures. That main treasure called your life. Meeting up with niggas and shit off of Facebook and Instagram because he been following you for a while, or y'all been friends on Facebook for a minute and all this so cute social media ass shit. Nigga, fuck all of that. Meet that nigga through the bitch or meet that nigga in traffic. About to make no appointment to see no nigga, man. You know what I mean? Especially when you can't sit up there and get on way. Fuck you meeting up with this nigga for? You can't even sit up there and talk to some pimping about his pimping. Now make sense of that. You approaching him, getting ready to meet up with this nigga because you think he's some pimping, but you can't even call around and get no confirmation about him being some pimping. But you about to meet up with him. That's how niggas get robbed. That's how niggas get killed. You got to be sharper than that, young P. Protect your treasures. Protect your life. You know what I mean? Be careful of who you invite in your life. I ain't just talking about women. I'm talking about these niggas too. Hold on. Niggas sitting over here meeting men off the lines and shit. Oh man, it's cool, P. You know what I mean? We been, man, he cool as hell, P. Yeah, man, he be liking my statuses. Huh? Yeah, he been liking my statuses and shit. You know, man, he be hopping in the comment section. We be chopping games sometime in the inbox and shit. Okay, where you know him from? P, I just told you, man, I know him from the group, man, and woo. Huh? So, you ain't never pimped with him side by side? You ain't never knocked him? He ain't never knocked you? He ain't never gotten your business? You ain't never gotten his business? But you just meeting up with this man, you know, because he liked your status or you liked his status or something? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? No, bro, I'm gonna be 100. It ain't even no funny business. Niggas really just be meeting niggas off of Facebook. And oh man, this ain't nothing but the game. Hey man, listen. I understand that every man is different. And some of y'all missed a lot in y'all childhood. Hey bro, but y'all gonna have to shake off that lonely spirit. Yeah. A lot of y'all be making a lot of unwise decisions out of loneliness. A lot of y'all making some unwise decisions out of depression. And you're going to end up losing that blessing called life simply because of you sitting over there wanting to deal with people because you be feeling lonely. I've seen pimps have dealings and start associating themselves with people they had no business having dealings or associate. Niggas got jewelry. You know what I mean? Niggas got all of this money, but with all of the money, the houses and the cars and all these fashion designer clothes, all of this shit, but niggas start hanging around with goons and niggas they don't even know and shit out of loneliness. And I've seen so many niggas not be here because they had a loneliness. And I ain't gonna make it seem like you a bitch or that's bitch made to be doing that, even though, you know, I sin ain't gonna have them problems because I don't mind being alone. I know it's a lonely man's game. And I know a lot of times the game will cut off, you know, toxic friendships, toxic people. And sometimes, you know, cut off friendships and all of that type of shit just so you can be alone so the game can minister to you. Sometimes, you know, like I keep saying, separation bring elevation. So I know sometimes what God will allow or what he will do or what this game will allow and do, but I've seen so many individuals, hey baby, I've seen so many individuals get involved with people that they had no business getting involved with, all because they was lonely. That's not cool, P. If you need somebody to call, you need somebody to chop it up with, call some pimping. You know what I mean? Hey, 773-799-6054. You can call me. We can chop up some pimping. If you feeling that lonely, P, that you about to sit up here and start kicking it with niggas that you don't even know, gang bangers and strangers to the game. Niggas is looking like 8Ball with no MJG. Niggas is looking like Freeway and Benny Siegels and shit. And then next thing you know, you got 5 and 6 bullets in you. You laying in the hospital. Your jewelry gone. You know what I mean? Hey, man, I've seen this situation time and time again. Making unwise decisions because you're lonely. You young niggas got that shit bad. You don't know how to be by yourself. And I know sometimes, hoes can get irritated. I understand that. It's like, damn, when I get time to be by myself, 1 minute this bitch got a problem. 1 minute this bitch got a problem. 1 minute this bitch, she was doing good for 2 to 3 weeks. Now she in her feelings. Now this bitch, she want to act dumb. I understand. I understand exactly how you feel. Hey, I understand, I understand exactly how you feel. But reality is, what I mean, hanging with the wrong people is going to cause some situations, man, that it don't really need to be, man. It might cost you your life. Association brings similarities. The wrong association can bring a correctional facility. The wrong association can bring the last destination called the graveyard. You got to watch who you associate with. You really got to watch who you associate yourself with. As the scripture says in Amos 3:3, how can two walk together except they be agreed? A lot of these niggas is suckers. And for you to be associating with them, as you keep associating yourself with them, you're going to take on some sucker-like characteristics. That's why we can't fuck with everybody. You know what I mean? Older niggas got that problem too, but it's really you young niggas that got that bad. I noticed that. And I know from experience, because not only from my observation, but I'm talking to young pimps damn near like every day. So, you know what I mean? And like, man, P, and the young niggas, and the young pimps in the area, you know what I mean? This, cool. Y'all be saying, it be like little kids, and the young pimps, man, that's in the area, woo, woo, woo. Man, nigga just by itself, man. You know what I mean? Like, man, you 5 deep right now, you have money, woo, 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 woo. Man, let the game, like I told 1P, let the game give you your partner. What's happening, information, man? Let the game give you your P partner. Stop trying to force it. When you sit up there and force a situation or force an individual that shouldn't be in your life into your life, something is bound to be fucked up. You know what I mean? This individual ain't supposed to be in your life, but you're dealing with them because you lonely. You don't have a real partner. You don't have a real friend. You know what I mean? You don't have a pimp. All your friends, they squares. So, you feel some type of way. You want to have a friend in the pimp game. Hey, man, until the game bless you to have, we done seen that go wrong too many times, partner. I done seen that go wrong way too many times. Don't try to try to create a P partner. I can't just go anywhere and be like, man, I'm about to create another freeze. I can't do that. I'm just going to go outside right now, man, and just walk into another freeze right now. It don't go like that. It's not like that. I promise you it's not like that. Man, I want a brotherhood like whoop, 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 whoop. It don't go down like it ain't like that. Trust me, it's not like that. You know, stop playing. I'm gonna give you this. I'm not gonna call this P's name, but he's no longer here. All right. This one dude, he was in Chicago, balling, having it his way, doing his thing. You know what I mean? He was, matter of fact, no, he was at one time, I don't know when he died, if he was 7 deep, but I remember him being 7 deep. But yeah, man, he started hanging with the wrong crew. You know, a lot of y'all, I don't know what it is about y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all, a lot of times you niggas be sounding like hoes to me when y'all be just, you want to feel like your life is on the edge and all this old stupid shit. So you start like, you know, I'm a real street nigga and all this old dumbass shit. You know, be sounding kind of hoish to me. I don't know. But you want to hang around, you know, niggas that got the thing on them and niggas that got this case pending and they riding with choppers and all that. Nigga, you a pimp. Why is you got all of this shit going on? Like, you know, and let me say this. If you a young pimp, stop doing that dumbass shit. Stop getting on Snapchat and your stories on Instagram showing guns and all of that shit, nigga. Nigga, you could get killed with it on you. Man, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got my hoes down. I got my steppers with me. Nigga, what that mean? You can have your steppers with you and still get stepped on. That don't mean nothing, nigga. You can have it on you, nigga, and still sit up there, you understand me, and get prayed for, nigga. That don't mean nothing. You better get your... Look at this little nigga trying to impress a white girl from the suburbs, making this white bitch think he a gangster, making this white bitch thinking that he just a thug, like he just thugged the motherfucker out, you know what I mean, with guns and shit, all of his stories on Instagram. You know, he look like a dangerous ass nigga. He got hoes, he got money, he got guns, he got syrup. Boy, you look dumb as hell. You niggas look like straight up licensed goofies. You a licensed goofy. You're a certified goofy, you're a licensed goofy, and you're an ordained goofy. Goofy ass sitting up there putting guns and all that stupid shit in your stories and shit so you could turn a bitch on and shit. All of that, man. And you claiming this pimping. Hit the like button. Get my likes to 500. Hurry up, smash the like button and get my likes up right now. And share this motherfucking game. There's too many young people that need to hear this game right now. You know, niggas sitting over there got guns all up in the damn stories and shit. What's pimpish about? What the fuck this got to do about some goddamn pimping? You know, one young nigga, I love him to death. I love this nigga like my little brother, but I had to separate myself from this nigga. Not just even from him, actually 2 niggas that I love to death. Love these 2 niggas. But all the time I look up, these niggas always getting shot or always getting jumped on. You know, they hoes getting shot and all of this shit. Like, man, that shit ain't got nothing to do with no pimping, man. That shit unpimpish, man. I can't be, Civil P can't be around niggas, man, that's always getting shot up and, you know what I mean, they hoes getting shot and all that. What the fuck this shit got to do about some pimping, man? After you get shot 1 time, especially 2 times, I'm thinking that you will have enough sense to sit your motherfucking ass down and shut the fuck up. But no, niggas sit up there and get shot and they be trying to be Tupac. niggas get shot. They want to sit up there and make Instagram videos with scary captions and gangster captions and all of this shit. Man, what the fuck that shit got to do, you know what I mean, about this game? What they got to do about this game? You not protecting your treasure. You not protecting the treasures. P, what treasure? You not protecting your liberty in society, and you definitely ain't protecting your life. Look at the things you say. Look at the things you do. Look at the things you listen to. Look at the people that you hang around. Come on, man. You're inviting something to happen to you. You're inviting to catch a case. You're inviting the spirit of death. You're smarter than this. And what upsets me is some of you niggas is calling yourself pimps. And you letting rap songs impress you. And, and that's another reason why I know a lot of you young niggas ain't really no pimps. You letting rappers influence you and shit. When we started letting rappers influence us, I thought the street niggas, I thought pimps and dope dealers, influenced the rappers. Not the rappers sitting over there, you understand me, influencing the pimping. That look crazy. No one nigga in the game, this nigga think he Future. Nigga, you is not Future. And if a nigga think that he Future, he ain't definitely got no future in this pimping, man. Nigga trying to dress like Future, look like Future, talk like, he think that's his whole campaign, trying to be like Future. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Originality is a necessity. You got to have your own identity in the game, man. You need to sound like you. If a bitch gonna sit up there and choose, she need to choose you. She shouldn't be choosing Future. The fuck? Niggas is crazy. You sitting over here conforming to the image of a damn rapper. What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? We don't conform to the behavior or image of no damn rapper. Nigga, the squares conform to us. What's wrong with you? The squares want to talk like us. The squares want to dress like us. The squares be doing all that poly shit thinking that they us. Come on, man. What's wrong with you? We influence them. They don't influence us, nigga. You know what I mean? Young niggas got to get your mind right, little bro. If you gonna be about this pimping, be original. If you gonna be about this pimping, be intelligent, be wise. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have no gun. I'm saying take the guns off of social media. That's all I'm saying. Take the guns off of social media. Why you gotta have a gun in every story and shit, listening to Mozzie and shit in the background and shit? You look crazy. Teriyaki, Aki, Baki, Rocky, Docky. Turn that shit off. Like, I don't know what, like, why y'all think that shit cool? You know what I mean? I wish these bitches would stop lying to you, telling you that, you are liking this shit. You look stupid. These bitches is influencing you niggas to die. These bitches don't give a fuck about you. You sit up there and get your ass killed, that bitch just gonna RIP or put some false story in the comment section so she can get her clout, so she can get her comment section likes. Like, ooh, I had just talked to Shoot 'em Up Bang Bang the Mac before he had got killed. And Shoot 'em Up Bang Bang the Mac told me, you know what I mean, that, our future was bright, and I don't want to tell everything. I don't want to tell. Come on, girl, tell us. No, I don't want to. Come on, tell us. Well, he told me that, he seen a bright future for me and him. Like, if I had chose up with him, that it was just going to be me and him in the end and shit. So I was really giving Shoot 'em Up Bang Bang the pimp. You know what I mean? I was thinking about giving him a chance. Like, come on, man. Don't be sitting over there doing anything and everything on your stories on the internet to impress these bitches. Please. And then sometimes it only, man, listen, I said sometimes. Most of the time, it don't even have nothing to do with these bitches. You be thinking about other niggas. I told y'all about that. Trying to scare niggas and going back and forth with niggas. Kush, good looking, man. Appreciate that. But, hey, man, I told y'all about thinking about niggas and going back and forth with niggas and shit on the damn internet. Told you about that. That's why I had to separate myself from one of my little young brothers now. I love him to death. Pray for him. Want God to bless him. But God done been so merciful to this nigga. This nigga done got shot a few times. This nigga done got jumped on, all type of shit. And he's still with the dumb shit. So I was like, yeah, I gotta leave that nigga alone. I just gotta, love you from a distance and all of that shit. Evidently, them guns ain't been beneficial. You keep getting shot up, a few times, but you ain't hit nobody up. So what you showing these guns for? Like, are you modeling with the gun or something? Like, come on, man. Niggas is trying to be Instagram models, Instagram thought models and shit with guns and shit, man. That shit ain't got nothing to do with pimping, man. If a nigga is getting, if he's irritating you or he's interfering with your money or he's doing something that's disrespectful, hey man, you take care of street situations in the street. But what I tell you niggas, we don't make these niggas the subject because we don't want to be a suspect, when these niggas depart. And what I tell you, if anytime you willing to take another man's life, that means that you don't give a fuck about his life. So why would you want to do life over a life that you don't give a fuck about? It don't make sense. So why are you on the internet? Come on, man. You young niggas got to get your mind right. So moving on, you know what I mean? Protect your treasures. I said all that to say, protect your treasures. We don't be meeting niggas off the internet. If it ain't through the bitch, if it ain't, you understand me, in traffic, if we just so happen to meet in the mall or something, or that's cool. But just to be meeting this dude that no pimps know him. None of you done called around. None of your P partners know this man. None of them. His pictures look suspect. The niggas that he's in the pictures with, they look like they need to be vouched for. So it's like, come on, man. You have no business meeting this man. We would still have certain people still here, and not just still here, but we would have certain niggas, you know what I mean, that wouldn't be in prison right now if they had not got involved with certain people. But just going back, to that, because I didn't even finish that, the nigga that was in Chicago balling like a motherfucker, he associated himself with the wrong crowd and ended up losing his life because he was with them niggas. And he thought them niggas was solid, and the whole time, them niggas is thinking about robbing him. And one of the niggas wanted one of the bitches that he fucked with. I gotta give it to you like it is. But one of the niggas, you know what I mean, wanted one of the bitches that he had and actually tried to get at the bitch. See, God always give warning before destruction. The nigga tried to get at the bitch while he was cool with the P. And the P found out about the shit. They talked and they continued to be cool and all that shit. That's what's up. But you know what I mean? I knew that nigga couldn't wait to get that nigga out the way. Because once that nigga was out the way, he ended up having that bitch. Not too long, only for a few weeks. But the point is, he still had her. He still had the bitch. Yeah. You know what I mean? These niggas will have you moved out the way. They'll snitch on you or have you killed or kill you themselves over these bras or over that money or over them jewelry. You better protect your treasure, nigga. You better protect your life. You niggas ain't thinking, man. Hold on. Yeah, but he's gone. All because, making that decision out of loneliness, you know what I mean? Not having, some P partners in his age group, to fuck with. Hold on, man. I ain't got time to be. I'm sitting over here talking this real shit. I don't need niggas coming in here with all this goofy shit, while I'm talking. You see this game coming forth, man. Keep all that square ass shit to yourself. And for my mods, keep my motherfucking comment section pimpish. When you see these squares sitting over here talking about Moses had a daughter and, Esther, you know what I mean, used to gamble with Jesus and all of this shit. Hey, man, delete that nigga, man. You know what I mean? I'm sitting up here talking this game right now. I'm bringing this game right now. They don't need these young impressionable minds. They don't need to see these other guys, you know, talking whatever they talking that ain't about nothing. Hold on. That ain't nothing but a distraction. You not even living that life. Stop it. So I just said everything that I said. Shout out to us. I want you to protect that which is most valuable, your life. I want you to value your game. I want you to value your pimping. I want you to value your liberty in society. I want you to see yourself as the best definition of important. I want you to stop blessing anybody and everybody that's trying to become a person in your life. Guess what? When you're a man of importance, guess what you got? Standards. What do standards do? Protect you. Standards is not here to just make you look like some bougie ass nigga. Standards is here to protect you from bitches that ain't about nothing. Standards to protect you from niggas, you understand me, that want to rob you and want to kill you. Standards to keep you from people who just want to participate in unfruitful, ungodly, toxic ass conversations that don't lead to no edification, no inspiration, no uncommon information. Just, you understand me, just some toxic shit. That's what standards to do. So if everybody that's around you, if you start doing, because I told you it's mandatory to do some inventory on your life, on your situation. And once you start, you know what I mean, really looking at everybody that you currently fucking with right now, some of y'all gonna realize, damn, he's toxic, she's toxic, that's toxic. You know what I mean? Damn. Sin is right. If I don't do something, man, I'm predestined, you know what I mean, to catch a case. I'm predestined for death. Fucking around with this nigga or fucking around with this bitch that carry herself like a nigga. She don't want to be respectful. She don't want to be obedient. I got to leave that alone. I got to protect my treasures. I want you to carry yourself like a prophet. I want you to carry yourself like a minister. Sin, what is you talking about? See, when you a minister, you're carrying the oracles of God. You have to walk circumspectly. You got to be cautious at all times. You know why? Because you're the man of God, the consecrated man of God, the representative of the word. You representing the breakfast, lunch, and dinner of champions. When you, hold on. There we go. When you teach and when you preaching, you know what I mean, to the people, you have to understand that, yes, you have a love for souls as a minister, but when the Spirit of God said that you sounded the trumpet, you blew the alarm, and you warned the people, and if they forbear, if they rejected the word of God when it came, you have to dust off the dust of your feet and keep going. You got to shake off the dust of your feet and keep going. You don't keep talking and blessing people with your time and presence if they don't want to be right. Do you hear me? You do not keep blessing people with your presence, with your time, with your game. You know what I mean? And they're not even trying to sit up there and apply it at all. They don't even have a sincere desire, you know, to do anything with the information that you conveying within the conversation. You are casting pearls before swine right now. Ministers don't do that. A minister gonna preach and teach as the Spirit of God leads. And once the Spirit of God is not leading them no more, they're gonna stop teaching and preaching and go to somebody else. That's exactly how you supposed to be with this game. If an individual is not on one accord with your endeavors, if this woman or this man, you know what I mean, is not in the same galaxy, they don't have that mentality where they're willing to sacrifice in order to be great at what we're endeavoring to do in this lifestyle, what the fuck you fucking with them for? You need to separate yourself. If you don't remember nothing I said, I always remember Sin always said, waiting on somebody to arrive on your level will only deprive you from going to the next. Sometimes waiting on somebody to arrive on your level sometimes only deprives you from going to the next. You know what I mean? So you sitting over there, you know what I mean, man, I'm gonna keep, man, I know this nigga, he ain't, what he is now, but I'm gonna keep, I'm gonna keep striving and I'm gonna keep doing this. And the spirit of wisdom already then spoke to you and told you that he's not gonna change or she's not gonna change. You're wasting time. You trying to make a person something that it ain't even in them to be. Stop it. Stop it. Protect your treasures. Protect the game. You got hidden treasures. You have something so powerful, young P, that you could take a woman out of poverty and put her in a life of luxury. You got something so powerful, P, that you can go to another country, not knowing nothing about that country and not even probably even knowing how to speak the language, the main language within that country. But because of what's within you, you're going to be all right. Because you got some pimping with you, you're going to be all right. Because you've been laced with game and you got the hidden treasures within you, you're going to be all right. What's to come is better than what's been. You're going to be all right. You got to protect the treasures. You got to say that. I'm a special individual. I'm very important. So by me being very important, I should only be around important people. Hold on. There we go. I got to work out. I got to read. I got to meditate. I got to educate my women. You know what I mean? Well, I got to educate myself first so I can educate my women. I don't have time to be involved with individuals that can get me in trouble or put me in a situation where I can lose my life. No. I got to protect my treasures, my life, my liberty in society. I can't lose my liberty in society and be in a correctional facility for an eternity because I was hanging around a variety of nobodies, a variety of scumbags, a variety of motherfuckers that didn't want to do nothing in life. I'm too important for that. I'm too valuable. I'm too powerful. My ministry is too dynamic. God put too much in me, and to whom much is given, much is required. I got to protect my treasures. I can't just sit up there and be in any environment. Why? Because I'm too important. I have to protect the treasures. Sin told me to be just like the minister. The minister has to protect the word of God. He's an ambassador. He's an informative representative. He has to protect the word of God. He don't want to offend God by misrepresenting God in any kind of way. So every conversation that he's involved with, it's fruitful, it's meaningful, it's powerful. It's something that exalts the God that he's serving. So if I'm a representative of the game, I don't want to be involved in conversations talking about people. I want to be involved in conversations that's giving me revelations pertaining to life and the lifestyle to help me be better in life and the lifestyle. That's what I want. I want some gain. I want some more treasure. And in order for me to get that gain that I desire, or for me to elevate within the game, I might, sacrifices have got to be made. It is what it is. I keep saying it, and I'm going to probably have to say it years from now. The price of success is sacrifice. If you look at your life right now and you say, damn, I'm not successful, I'm a failure, or I'm failing, or I have not reached, what I want to reach. I'm not in the position that I would like to be in. I don't have what I desire to have in possession right now. I'm not where I want to be. Ask yourself this: what have you sacrificed? What have you sacrificed? And if you have not made any sacrifices, then there's your answer. That's why you don't have it. You haven't paid the price, so you don't get that. When you go inside of a store, you can't go into the mall and just grab what you want without paying. Why? There's going to be some consequences after that. But if you pay the price, you can walk up in any store, you can go to a car dealership, you can go anywhere you want right now. As long as you're able to pay the price, you can have what you want. You want that body? You want to be physically in shape? You want to be mentally equipped? You heard that minister, you heard that speaker, you heard that pimp, you was impressed with what he said or this person, what they did. You can do that and more. You just got to make them sacrifices. You can have that. You can have those same treasures. You got to make them sacrifice to have them though. Are you willing to make that sacrifice? That's a question that you got to answer with your actions. You know what I mean? You're going to have to answer that with your actions. But be careful of what you're showing on Instagram. Stop showing your cars. And the bitch ain't sent you nothing. You only been talking to the bitch. You ain't even been talking to this bitch for a whole hour. And you already video chatting, trying to show that you riding in the Bentley. You know, you ain't been talking to the bitch a whole hour. And the bitch already looking inside your house. You don't know her. You don't know nothing about her. You just want to impress. You just want to show out. Be wise in everything that you do. The way you start is the way you end. If you start like a goddamn trick, don't be surprised when that bitch break you like one. Because that's the way you started, nigga. Nigga might say like, man, damn, I ain't no trick. Woo, 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 woo. You made provisions for that to happen. You know, you wanted to show her a situation. You didn't say anything about you as a man. You didn't say anything about you as far as your representation of the game. You wanted to impress her with vehicles. You didn't want to show her that you was a walking miracle, though. You didn't want to show her the life experiences that you've had. You didn't want to testify about that. The experiences that you've had in the game and outside of the game, you know, before you got in the game that made you the man that you are today. That made you the representative that you are today. You didn't say anything about that. You just showing her cars and all of this shit. You know what I mean? You just showing her basically, you know what I mean, what you have. So, because you're showing her what you have without her making a sacrifice, you know what I mean, even find out that, or making a sacrifice to even know your business like that, hey man, can't be mad at that bitch for doing what she did. She did what she was supposed to do. And like I said, many of y'all, man, P, this is powerful, man. Woo! And some of y'all gonna keep doing the same dumbass shit. You're saying too much. You're doing too much on Snapchat. You're saying too much. You're doing too much on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all this old other platforms that I ain't even on. Protect your treasure. Protect your life. Protect you. Watch what you say. You saying too much. You doing too much. One thing about a woman that really want to be with you, she gonna let it be known. I'm talking about from experience. I ain't talking about what I read. Every woman that wanted to be with me made it known that they wanted to be with me. The real women that wanted to be with me, they unfollowed all of the pimps without me telling them. The women that really wanted to be with me, they set up there, you understand me, and deleted, you know, friends off of Facebook and blocked all of the pimps, all of the niggas that had Mac in their name without me even telling them. You know what I mean? A bitch gonna sit up there and make it known that she really wanna fuck with you, you know what I mean, all the way without you even telling them. Hold on. That sincere desire that she has to really want to be your hoe or want to be your woman, she ain't gonna just make it known by what she's saying. A woman say a lot. Women say a lot to tricks. I'm not impressed with what a bitch be saying. She gonna say this and that. She gonna call a trick daddy. She gonna tell a trick she gonna do this and do. I'm not impressed with a bitch words. What them actions look like. What them works look like. Give them tricks all the words. Not impressed with nothing that come out of bitch mouth. What I tell y'all, hey man, if I can't count it, it don't count. If I can't count it, then it don't count. I can give a less fuck about how many watches this bitch gave another man. This bitch talking about some she gave 8 helicopters and 9 planets to the last pimp and shit. Bitch, you ain't gave shit to me yet. I can give a less fuck about. I really could. I'd just be cordial with other P's and all of that. I got love for the game and everything like that, but I don't think none of them niggas is me. So, bitch, I can give a less fuck about how many planets and helicopters and White Houses that you gave the last pimp that you with. Bitch, what you got today, though? Yeah, we're not going to be winning today's game with yesterday's score, bitch. What's happening? I know the Detroit Pistons won a championship in the 80s and shit, but hey, it's 2020 right now. Isaiah Thomas ain't the man no more. Yeah, it's a lot of shit that was done, but what's being done right now though? You know, fuck all of that. Yeah, Joe Montana, yeah, he was cold. He was the coldest. Yeah, that's what's up. What? Oh, you did that? Right. How much you got on you right now though? What you presiding over right now? Yeah, like, I'm not gonna allow no woman to give me less than what she gave another man. She's sitting over here bragging about how much money she gave another man, and you just smiling and laughing and shit like you a hoe, like you her fucking wifey and shit. What? You did? Nigga, that ain't even pimpish. Some of you niggas be silly. Bitch telling you about the watches and rings and how much money she gave another man, and you just listening with your eyes all glittery up. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You sitting over there gazing, you in awe. You in awe of the bitch or what she did with another man. Like, come on, man. What's wrong with you? Yeah, and I gave Bill, you know what I mean, 3 Benzes in 2 weeks. What? I gave that nigga soul son. I gave him 2 houses in 3 days. What? I gave that nigga J Love. You know J Love? Yeah, I know J Love. Yeah, I gave J Love 3 limousines, you know what I mean, in 2 weeks before. You know what I mean? 3 stretch limousines paid for in 2 weeks. What? You know that nigga Nac June? Yeah, Nac June the Mac. Yeah, I gave Nac June 200 million, you know what I mean, in 2 days before it was the first time it ever been done. I gave him 200 million in 2 days. Oh my God, what? You did, oh my God. You gave Nac June that? Yup, Gave that nigga Marty. You know Marty? Yup. Yeah, I know him. That's the homie. Yeah, I sat up there, you know what I mean? I gave him 5 mansions, you know what I mean, in a month. 5 mansions in a month? Come on, man. Caring about y'all be getting y'all you smiling and laughing, and it got the bitch comfortable like she talking to a wifey and shit. Fuck your opinion. Yeah, I gave fuck your opinion. I gave him dominion over the whole earth. Wait a minute, you gave that nigga fuck your opinion to Mac? You gave fuck your opinion dominion over the whole earth? Yup. And how long it take you to do that? Just 2 months. Gave him dominion over the whole earth. Come on, man. You niggas gotta check yourself. You be in conversations with these bitches, and these bitches just get so happy just telling you what they did with another man and what they did for another man, and then the bitch sit up there and she don't even give you half of that. She ain't even gave you half. She ain't even gonna give you half of that, and you just smell like, and then y'all be happy about having a bitch that come from a top caliber nigga and shit. You get in Yeah, yeah, well, I'm having it my way to pee. I just got his bottom bitch that he been having, for 17 years. I got the bitch. Wait a minute, 17 years? She old as hell now. Yeah, but that's beside the point. You know what I mean? So the bitch finally give me a chance, and she told me, man, when she told me about all the money she gave that nigga, man, we was on the phone for like 5 hours. We was on the phone for like 5 hours. She had told me how much money she gave this man. I was like, damn. Every time she told me, I was like, damn. Like, you niggas are weird. You weird, bro. Not only do you got to protect the treasures, but you got to stop having worship service for how much treasures a bitch gave another man. Oh my God, I'm all over the place. I'm giving so much messages in one. You know what I mean? Not only am I telling you to protect your treasures, but y'all niggas need to stop smiling and laughing and giggling and getting happy over the treasures that a woman gave another man. You ready to sit up there and speak in tongues as Casper the Friendly Ghost give you utterance? You know what I mean? All because a bitch that sit up there and gave another man millions of dollars, but the bitch about to be with you millions of years and give you a few thousands. Come on, man. Make this shit make sense. Come on, man. You niggas is losing your mind. Get it right. Hold on. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Get your pimping together. I don't want no bitch to sit up there, you understand me, and she done took your jewelry, she done took your money, she took your so-called pimping. Notice I said so-called. She took your little non-existent pimping. You know what I mean? Bitch sitting over there looking at your pimping, talking about, go dig your pimping up, nigga. Bet your pimping can't say shit. Oh man. Bitch sitting over there talking about, I put his pimping in the dirt. Nigga talking about, I tell you what. Why do shit just come to my head? You know what I mean? Bitch sitting over there with that nigga jewelry right now with $70-something thousand in that nigga jewelry talking about, go dig your pimping up, nigga. Bet you can't say shit. And if you looking for your jewelry, nigga, I'll be in zone 6. Oh shit. Bitch sitting over there talking about, we wearing jewelry tonight. You know? And if you wear some more jewelry again, you know what I mean? I'm gonna sit up there and take it from you, just like I did the first. Oh shit. A bitch can't do me like that. And a bitch never will be able to do me like that. You know why? Because I don't make provisions. It's a reason why Sinful to P is 36 years old, going on eternity, and I've never been robbed before. It's not because I'm tough. You know what I mean? It's not because I'm gangster, because I'm not tough or a gangster. It's not none of them things. The reason why, you know what I mean, that I've never been robbed before within my 36 years, you know what I mean, of living, is because of the mercies of God. And number two, I protect my treasures. I don't make provisions to be robbed. I don't sit up there and come among wolves eating at the buffet in front of wolves that can't even afford to eat at the salad bar. You know what I mean? Y'all stupid. But you know what I mean? I don't do that. I don't do that at all. That's the reason why I haven't been robbed. I've been shot at, but I've never been shot. Sinful don't have no bullet wounds. I've been stabbed before. Sin been stabbed before, but sin ain't never been shot. Sin ain't never been robbed because of the mercies of God and because I protect the treasures. I don't make no provisions for me to be robbed. You know what I mean? I've flossed. I done some things. I done some stupid things before. You know what I mean? I done set up there, you understand me, and put my location on, and I done been a young stupid nigga before, a younger stupid nigga before. I done did some shit, but I was in areas like Scottsdale. When I did stupid shit, I was in areas like Scottsdale and Paradise Valley. You know what I mean? I was in areas, I ain't even gonna lie, I done did some stupid shit on the soft side too though. But that was just the mercies of God on my life. It wasn't because I was tough or I was so gangster. Protect your treasures, man. Get out your ego and protect your life. Stop sitting over there incriminating yourself. Stop giving so much information about your situation to a bitch that haven't done no sacrifices to be in your situation. Stop. Value your treasures. Treat your game like a treasure. Stop giving bitches game on how to steal and the bitch only been with you 2 weeks. Stop trying to make every bitch that come to you into a thief. You can't create a thief. Stop trying to every attractive flatbacker, that you get, or if you get somebody that's rough, she look like cause I noticed that with you nigga, if the bitch look like Flavor Flav, or if she look like Vinny the Microwave Johnson, you want to make the bitch a thief. You said to yourself, you was like, man, this bitch sitting over here, you understand me, looking like motherfucking Otis Thorpe in the face. So she gonna be my thief bitch. Hey man, just cause that bitch look like Leon Spinks, that don't mean that bitch gonna have you in Gucci and Minks. That don't mean that. Just stop thinking just cause the bitch ugly that she's a thief. Niggas be thinking just cause the bitch look like Larry Holmes, she gonna put him in homes. No. You know what I mean? It gotta be in that bitch. Cause it's a lot of ugly bitches that still ain't with the business. It's some motherfucking fine ass attractive thieves. Stop judging this thing by looks, man. Stop it. Niggas over here, you understand me, just cause the bitch look like Avery Johnson in the face, he think the bitch gonna be a great thief. Hey man, don't let the appearance be the interference. Just like it's some attractive bums out there. Hey man, just cause that bitch ugly, that don't mean she gonna be a cold thief. Stop trying to give these bitches the thieving game, trying to give bitches game on how to get this watch, that watch, and this bitch only been with you. If you got information about locations and things, no matter how slow it get, you just gonna have to endure. Cause certain bitches is not worthy of certain information. That's gonna piss you off when you gave this bitch information on how to work in certain locations and she ain't no longer with you no more. And now you pulling up in them locations and you see her working, trying to get some money, you know what I mean? Not even for another pimp. She renegading, you know what I mean, with the info that you done gave that bitch, man. You done enabled this bitch to sit up there and renegade and become a renegade ass fag. She's sitting over here making money off the game you gave her, but she got an internet persona. She got a motherfucking Instagram, you know what I mean, image, where now she done created, she got these bitches deceiving and thinking that she just making all of this money because of her intelligence. When they don't even know her whole choreography. Because if they knew the bitch choreography, they'll know her motherfucking history and know the reason why she getting this much currency is because she was getting motherfucking game from a pimp on a daily. That's why. You understand me? You got to be careful who you get his game to. You can't get his game to just anybody and everybody. Stop it. Seriously. I'm not, like I said, I don't gonna call no names, but man, it really be vexing to the spirit of pimping, man. You know what I mean? When a pimp campaigning and shit like that, and you see a bitch that was a bum. This bitch was a fucking nomad, you know what I mean, before she got involved with the pimping. And now she done went from being a nomad to now she rocking Louis and Gucci. She pulling up in foreign off the game that a pimp gave her, and she ain't even with that pimp no more. Bitch got a boyfriend. Or better yet, the bitch ain't even got a boyfriend. The bitch got a girlfriend. Come on, man. All of this gay shit. But we can only be mad at ourselves because you laced the bitch. You gave the bitch that game, you know what I mean, for her to sit up there, you understand me, and even get some money. You got to protect the treasures. Because when you don't protect the treasures, when you don't protect this game, when you giving out information, when you giving out uncommon information, the reason why the game is in the circumstance that it's in today. You a reason why the game is fucked up today. You a reason why pimps is getting killed by gangbangers. P, how am I? P, make that make sense, P. How you gonna put that on me, P? How you gonna say I'm the reason why a pimp got killed by a gangbanger? Because, nigga, by you giving that information to that bitch that you gave that didn't even deserve it, that didn't make no sacrifices to even have that type of information, when she blew up on you, or when you fired the bitch, or when she got knocked, or when she just had a fag attack, whatever the situation may be, why she ain't with you, she still got your information. And she took that game and she went to a motherfucker that she liked. Cause most of these bitches ain't gonna even go to a pimp to choose. They just gonna go to a nigga that they liking on, or a bitch that look like a nigga that they liking on, and pay that nigga or pay that bitch that look like a nigga and sit up there, you understand me, and give whoever she like some money. And so now all of the wealth of knowledge that you gave that bitch, she gonna sit up there and take that same wealth of knowledge and sit up there and give it to this old boyfriend gangbanger. I'll shoot a nigga if he talk to my bitch ass nigga. We got pimps that are no longer here, all because of so many boyfriend gangbanger stranger ass niggas in the game. And each and every time that you give game, you know what I mean, to a lame, each and every time that you give game to a sucker that's unworthy of this game, you know what I mean, you're bringing cancers in the game. You're stopping real pimps from being prosperous, and you're sitting over there bringing cancerous ass niggas into this shit. That's why we have so many clowns and retarded, riddling baby ass niggas right now. They can't strategize. They can't sit up there and get their thoughts together. They can't socialize with a pimp. They don't want to strive to get an understanding. They want to kill a pimp, you know what I mean? Because he having a misunderstanding about the rules and regulations about the game. The nigga sit up there and get knocked for his girlfriend. He want to kill the pimpin'. All of this could have been avoided if you would have sat up there and protected the treasures. Let this game minister to you tonight. Especially if you a nigga that's like the text broads. If you one of them niggas that be texting broads and shit on all these little internet sites, you know what I mean? Let this game deal with you. Stop sending your car. Stop sending your house. Stop sending your... Now, if you a trick, hey, do what you do. But if you a motherfucker, you know, and you trying to impress a broad with everything materialistic thing that you presiding over, that you so-called pimp for, you doing this shit backwards, son. Let that shit go. Hold on. Let that shit go, man. I give you before I leave out of here, let me tell you, some of y'all already know already, but this is matter of fact, let me say that, Lord, be merciful to Magnificent. Be merciful to Mac right now, Lord. I don't know the situation in all reality, but right now, Lord, whatever's going on with him right now, Lord, let your will be done concerning Mac. You know what I mean? Bless him. You know, but at this time, you know, because that's one thing about Oh, appreciate that, Divine. That's one thing about Mac. He gonna keep a multitude, right? But this particular time, you know what I mean? When we was talking, because we had chopped it up about this. I ain't gonna make the bitch famous. But this one little broad, that I had, whatever, because right now, bro going through what he going through. But let me just say this. Hold on. Did he get his jewels back? Hell no. I just told you the bitch sitting up there talking about we we wearing good jewelry tonight. We smoking on your pimpin' tonight. You know what I mean? Nah, he ain't get his jewelry. Dude ain't get his jewelry back. No. I don't even know why you asked that question. Man, I appreciate all the cash apps, the donations. Thank you. Tiffany, thank you, baby. You sent that little 100, man. I appreciate that. I was so into giving this message that, I didn't even acknowledge the $100 that you sent. Appreciate that, baby. If you don't have $1 to give, could you give that like though? This message should have thousands of likes, but because I only got a few individuals that really fuck with me like that, the shit only be like 1,000 likes when it should be thousands of likes, plural. With all the shit that a nigga, all the game, you know what I mean? All of the exhortation that I be giving. You know what I mean? Hit that like button, get them likes up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, make a long story short, this little broad, that I had got at that time, she was dealing with, and I even told Mac about that. We laughed. But this one dude, I ain't gonna say his name. Breezy, good looking. This a dude in Texas that was being recognized as some pimping. So this nigga, you know what I mean, in Houston, at that time, don't get me the line. I think he was 4, but he might have been 3 deep, But he was either 3 or 4 deep. I want to say 3 though. But make a long story short, he was just so lustful over this white bitch. And I ain't gonna lie, she's a tall little blonde something. She got some big ass titties. You know what I'm talking about? She could be a pretty little something, at times. The bitch might be listening now. I don't want to make the bitch feel like she's special. But anyway, so this little Boston Bakehead bean bitch, little lemon head Empire State Building United Center head ass bitch really had the attention of this old square ass nigga that thought he was this pimping. So this nigga not only sending materialistic things to her phone to show how he ride and how he living and all this old goof ass, tricking ass shit, but he started really talking sexual to this bitch. He started telling the bitch how he wanna fuck her, and he would love to be inside of her, and he know how to treat her, and she would never go nowhere, and all of this goofy shit that a pimp would never say, right? So you know how my mind is. I can't help. I was raised like that. Yes, I'm a full-fledged 100% P, but y'all know God's life on my life. God's calling on my life is to preach and teach his word. Because you already know, those that know the scripture, those that know the scripture, you already know that the enemy, the way that he take you, because his whole plan is to what? Steal, kill, and destroy. And how does he do that? With the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. Now, I knew that you was bound by a lustful spirit because of the things that you saying. But now you really manifested the spirit of lust because you sent a picture of your dick to this bitch. So once it went to the level of you sending a picture of your dick to the bitch, that's when I really knew that you was bound by the spirit of lust, and that lustful spirit, that trickish spirit, it had you bound. Because what guy in his right mind, even if you're not a pimp, but what motherfucker in his right mind would sit up there and send a picture of his dick, you know what I mean, to a known, this is a known hoe. She was over there, you know what I mean, with P when he was like, I think P at that time had to be like 21 deep at this time. And at that time, he was just full of the snow. He ain't have nothing but snow and chop over there. He ain't have one black bitch in sight. So, make a long story short, you know what I mean? The nigga sent his dick to the bitch. I guess he thought this shit was romantic or special. I don't know. You know what I mean? It ain't for me to know, man. Think like you tricks think. But the nigga sit up there and said, I said, this is how we gonna do it. I gave the bitch game on how to sit up there, you understand me? Now watch this. Looking back, I'm like, man, I gave that bitch way too much game. But check it out. This is what I told her. I said, this is how you're going to do this. You tell him that you really gave your all to that last situation that you was involved in. And it really hurts you because you gave so many sacrifices, to be in that situation. And for it to come to an end, it was very hurtful. So the next situation that you get involved in, that individual that you get involved with, he's going to have to make some sacrifices to show that he's loyal as well. Now, of course, a bitch could never say this with no pimp. But at the same time, you can say some shit like this to a motherfucker that's bound by the spirit of lust. I told the bitch to say this because I knew the bitch could get away with it. So the bitch not only was I affected when that situation ended, but my child was affected. So if I get involved with another man in this game, he got to show me he loyal just like I'm loyal. I'll be damned if I give my loyalty to another man and he shit on me the way that I got shitted on in my last situation. And plus, I don't even want to make that known. And I was like, I guarantee you he gonna chase you to find out what it is. Because one thing about a trick, one thing about a man that really wants you, if he got lust for you, he gonna spend every dollar that's saying God we trust on you because he's lustful at the time. When a man's dick is alive, he's brain dead. So, and I know he wanted to fuck this bitch so this bitch could just get away with murder. So she's like, I don't even want to talk about it right now. And just like I thought, no, tell me. So I said, once he sit up there and beg you to tell him, what you said, what? I don't know what he talking about. But once he begged you to find out, what you going through, that's when you make it known to him your problem. And this is how you find out whether you got a good trick or not. Once you provide a problem, a good trick is always going to strive to provide the solution. Tricks are they laced to be good tricks as a little boy. You know what I mean? Because he's taught that the man is the provider. So once you tell him that you have a problem, if he really wants you, by him being bound by that lustful, trickish spirit that he got over there, as soon as you provide a problem, he gonna be in an urge to hurry up and provide a solution. So I sat up there and I told the bitch, I said, man, tell him that you late on your rent. Tell him that, you late on your phone bill. Tell him that you need groceries. Tell him that you and your son over there starving. And so because of your circumstance, you're not even able to even choose up with a pimp right now. And I said, once you tell him that, see his response. And just like I thought, the bitch stood up there and told him all of that. And because you got to remember, the bitch stood up there and put it out there already that she wasn't going to give her loyalty to a man that don't show loyalty first. So appreciate that, bro. The bitch stood up there and told them problems. And that nigga sat up there, you understand me, and went to Western Union and sit up there and sent the bitch like 12, I don't remember exactly, don't get me lying, but he sent that bitch like 12 something. You paid the bill online. Hold on for a minute. You paid her bills online and you sent the bitch like 1,200 and something. And you already know she sent me the money. So this bitch got her bills paid. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, that's what I did. He paid her car note. You know what I mean? Paid the rent, paid the car note, paid the phone bill, and sent her some money. You know what I mean? Which I got the money. You know, but just to keep it all the way 100, this is when sin lose out in the situation. Because at that time, she was like, oh my God, it worked. It worked. She was so amazed that the game had worked, you know, but at the same time, the bitch was not grateful. Because at that time, you know what I mean, I had been breaking the bitch from a distance, you know, for about a cool little 3 weeks at the time. And when that situation occurred, I gave that bitch some game that she just went haywire over, you know. So she started trying to do that with him, and him. And of course, the game landed her flat on her back, where she had to come to me with the spirit of humility. But I'm just telling you, the reason why the bitch started feeling arrogant and all of that shit, she started feeling like, you know, maybe I could do it by myself. And the game had to show her like, nah, bitch, it don't work like that. But the reason why she felt like that is because even though, yeah, I end up breaking and all of that shit like that, but just because that bitch in particular, that bitch right there, she didn't deserve that. She didn't even deserve that type of game. Now, yes, this sucker that a lot of niggas think, you know, in Texas is a pimp. Yeah, he did sit up there and get broke on. I don't regret that, you know, but it was just a fact. I just wish it could have been another bitch, because she didn't deserve that game. She didn't deserve it. You know what I mean? Pimps know what I'm talking about. Only a true pimp understand where I'm coming from right now. Yeah, of course the game worked. Of course she broke herself, you know, woo. But, you know, she tried to leave off for a few weeks of shit because the bitch started feeling herself. And then, you know, when shit wasn't coming out her way, now you want to come back, you know? So you got to protect these treasures. You don't sit up there, you understand me, and give a bitch some game that she has not made sacrifice. Hold on for a minute. You ain't doing nothing but enabling a fag. That's all you doing. You know what I mean? You just enabling a bitch that's gonna take this game and she gonna disrespect it. She gonna devalue the game by getting involved with people that ain't gonna honor the game. You know what I mean? So be careful, man. Protect your treasures. I can go into more situations and things like that because I could just keep going on and on and on and on and on. You know, you have to protect these treasures, man. You know, one bitch, and niggas know who I'm talking about. I ain't got to go all into that. But one bitch that be getting money in Phoenix, you know, she be taking her little baby daddy, you know what I mean, to Phoenix. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't gonna speak too much on that situation, but niggas that be in Phoenix know what I'm talking about. They know the bitch that I'm speaking of, little fake Mariah Carey looking ass bitch. But she come from under me, and she'll tell anybody that her game, all of that shit come from me. It don't come from that nigga that she with. That nigga ain't no motherfucking pimp. He reaping the benefits off that bitch being with me because nigga, I mashed on that bitch. I mashed on that bitch crazy. That bitch, listen, man, I ain't even got enough time to go, and that'll lead into another video, but she got laced, you know what I mean, by the game. But I don't no longer have her, and really don't even, I can't, you know, I'll get into that at another time, but I can't even accept her back and don't want her back, because if I knew what I know now at that time, she would have never been with me in the first place. If you know what I'm saying without me saying, then you already know. But I didn't know at the time until one of my young YouTube family members reached out to me that's in prison right now, you know, serving I want to say a 17-year sentence that he already got like 9 or 10 years on, told me that, yeah, man, you know, such and such, and provided the paperwork. You know what I mean? And y'all know how I get down. I don't give a fuck how much money a bitch make or how fine she is. Psst, bitch can't fuck with me. You don't know who you inviting in your home. You don't know who you inviting in your life. I didn't even know the situation until he had made it known. And he had made it known so cold, I couldn't deny the shit because I'm looking dead at it. Now, of course, a lot of P's wouldn't have gave a fuck because when she was with him, she was young at the time. You know what I mean? She had not even been in the game a whole 6 months. She was a youngin'. But I don't give a fuck for none of that. Once a snitch, always a snitch with me. But protect your treasures, man. Protect your life. I hope I said something, that was impactful, that was meaningful. I'm gonna get off because I'm over 3 hours. I don't want to make this video too long. I really could keep going, but I don't want to make this video too long because I done already said what needed to be said. And if I need to say some more, the game may inspire me to speak at another given time, man. But do me a favor, y'all. Anybody that heard something that, can be a blessing to any other young person, man, share this game. Make sure you hit the like button and share this game. You know what I mean? Because I gave so many warnings. I gave so many examples of, when you give, the treasures to the wrong people, how this game going to be devalued, how you going to get robbed, how you can lose your life. You know what I mean? So by all means, man, share this video, like this video. Love you guys. We will be battling later on tonight. Let me look at the time. I just got to go do something right quick. It's 12:21 EST time. Sin will be back no later than 2:30 EST time. I might even try to come back at 2, but at the latest, I'll come back at 2:30 EST time, and we will be battling once again, man. So you get your songs ready, and we'll be battling, man. I love you guys. I hope you live as long as you want. Never want as long as you live, man. Love and protect your treasures.